Congrats. Surprise. All right. So, what to do while waiting for your manifestation? Trusting every step is perfect. All right. So, the first quote on here is Matthew 6:34. Matthew 6:34. All right. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Metaphysically, what do you think that means? When you hear that, if your I am awareness, consciousness, who you are being, right? Like your higher self, quote unquote higher self, right? Because it's all you. Right now, said that. What would that mean to you? Be present. Live in the present moment. Right now is the only moment. Stay in the moment, right? Beautiful. Do not worry about tomorrow, right? You have to don't worry about the future. For tomorrow will worry about itself. It'll take care of itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. It's a profound way of saying, just do what you can do right now. Just focus on what you can focus on right now. Now, what's interesting about this quote is, what is the only thing that you can control? What's the only thing that you can control? It's your perspective. So even saying each day has enough trouble of its own, right? Saying stay present, it's really just remind you the only thing that you can control is you in this moment. Just focus on that and let everything else take care of itself, right? Beautiful. All right, so here we go. Looks like we got a couple paragraphs to start with. So the path is righteous, trusting every step is perfect. All right, here we go. Do not rush past this moment in search of some distant arrival. You are not behind. You are not late. You are standing exactly where eternity has placed you, and that is enough, right? Can you look at wherever you are in your life right now and bless it as perfect? And you might say, well, what about this situation? What about this person? What about this thing? I'm waiting for that. What about the money? What about the bills? And I would say, but what about you? But what about you standing as God, the perfect manifestation of God? What about you? Right? Because we always want to outsource our perfection. Right? I'll say, well, you stand in the middle of a miracle. You stand as perfection right now. And you will say, well, what about this bill? So what about it? What about you? Well, what about this specific person? What about the money? What about that? Well, what about you? You stand in the center of reality as God. What about you? When are you going to make it about you? Right. A beautiful question that we asked in the last discussion, it was a reflection question, right? And it said, are you still basing your identity on the illusion or the truth? What is the illusion? Anything outside of me is the illusion. The paradox is, of course, there's nothing outside of you, but we speak this way to make concessions just so our human mind can understand it. But the truth is everything is within consciousness, right? There's nothing separate. But when you say I am prosperity, are you saying it in some desperate, pleading, beggar-like attempt to change what's out there? Or are you simply deciding who you are? Are you just telling the truth about who you are? Yeah, of course, I am prosperity because I am God. I am all that there is. How could I not be prosperity? The illusion is the illusion. Reality is the reality. And all of that follows me anyway, so I have no need to follow it around. As for dogs, dogs chase their tails. You are God. Right? Hamsters run in wheels, but you are God. Okay, so you're not allowed to comment. You got 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes of time up. All right? I'm just playing with you. But who are you basing your identity on? Are you basing it on the truth of who you are? Or are you simply trying to name the illusion? Okay? You are standing exactly where eternity has placed you, and that is enough. Every breath you have ever taken has carried you into the arms of this moment right now. What you once called mistakes were sacred teachers. What you feared as detours were doorways. The path has never betrayed you. It has always been the silent hand of God guiding your feet, weaving perfection even through the threads you thought were broken. Trust this. Trust that the ground beneath you is righteous, that the step you stand on is holy. All right, so a little warm up, right? Do not waste yourself judging the journey. we can get caught up in that, right? Especially on this reality creation path. Have you ever gotten caught up looking at a situation and wondering, well, damn, how did I create this? It could be anything, right? It could be an accident, car accident. It could be a situation where a family member becomes ill. It could be a situation where you decide your prosperity and an unexpected bill shows up. You tell me I expected the best between me and this person. I don't know how they ended up with someone else. Right? Sometimes life just, these things seem to simply bubble up out of seemingly nowhere. They don't bubble up out of anywhere. They bubble up out of you. But sometimes we'll get so caught up, so locked in, we'll start trying to micromanage it. What did I do? What does this actually mean? Surely there's some deeper message here. What is it? We get so caught up in trying to manipulate the illusion, trying to understand the illusion, instead of remembering it can mean whatever I say it means. And also, it could also mean nothing. I don't have to give everything meaning. I walk around in the mind of God where all things exist. What do I not expect to see? I don't micromanage it, right? I'm not the middle manager of God. I don't micromanage. I simply go to the end. I decide how everything is going to be. I judge righteously, not based on appearance, right? So whatever I see out there, it is what it is, but I am that I am. So I get to decide my identity no matter what I see. That is your power. Your power is not in trying to figure out everything. You might as well, it's meaningless anyway. Whatever meaning you give to it is the truth. That's it. Whatever meaning that you say, it should be attached to this situation. That's what it is, okay? It's all perfect. It's all divine. It's all you. All right? So next part. Do not waste yourself judging the journey. To judge is to close your eyes to the miracle unfolding. Call it all blessed. Call it all divine. Even the quote-unquote unanswered questions. Even the shifting seasons. Even the pauses that feel like silence. They are all part of the sacred choreography. Hopefully that's better. Okay? Beloved, you are whole in this moment. You are complete, lacking nothing. Presence is your altar. Breathe here, rest here, celebrate here. The future will bloom from this soil when it is time. But for now, the greatest act of faith is to open your hands and receive the gift of now. Let me say that one more time. It was a very profound statement, and I don't want you to miss it. I know, because we're constantly thinking like, well, what about the shit? What about the shit that I want? What about the things that I want, Alex? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, cool. Yeah, right. The present moment is perfect. Sure, whatever. But how do I get to my person? How do I get my musty, stanky, specific person to come back in my life? This is how. Right now is perfect. The same substance, the same God that exists right now in front of you is the same God that rearranges to give you what you want. You're standing in the middle of your desires right now. It's all the substance of your desires. What do you think happens? Like this person you want seemingly materializes out of nowhere? No, everything that exists right now. The same substance that exists right now within that person that you're looking at and don't like is the same substance that will rearrange to bring forth the version of them that you want, all right? So you are whole in this moment. You are complete, lacking nothing. Presence is your altar. Breathe here. Rest here. Celebrate here. The future will bloom from this soil when it is time. But for now, the greatest act of faith is to open your hands and receive the gift of now, right? Everything that I desire will be there when I get there. But right now, I am here. And this moment is perfect. Everything that I want, everything that I need will be there when I get there. No doubt about it. But right now I am here. And here is perfect. Here is perfect. We spend so much of our lives looking back in regret or forward in worry. Right? I think this title is a little bit of bait. Right? Because what is this talking about? Because we're constantly thinking, okay, how do I get it? What do I do in the meantime? But this is going straight to the problem with that. We spend so much of our lives looking back in regret or forward in worry as if the present moment is not enough, right? If right now all of God exists right here, right now, and you're constantly looking to the past and to the future, what you're saying is God is not enough. Right here, God is not enough. Who you are right now is just not enough for you. Just not enough for you, right? We spend so much of our lives looking back in regret or forward and worry as if the present moment is not enough. Yet the spiritual truth is that nothing is wasted, nothing is wrong, and nothing has ever truly been out of place. Every step, even the ones we call mistakes, are righteous. Every twist of the path is divine. The work is not to control life, but to trust it, to live inside the holy rhythm of presence. Right? The holy rhythm of presence. What is presence? Right? We had a great debate on presence the other day. What is presence? Is there one specific definition for it? Is there one specific definition of anything, really? What is presence? What is being in the present moment? In y'all's opinion. Here and now, knowing this here and now. Now, when you are here and now in this moment, right? Aware in this moment, when you're open in this moment, right? There are a lot of things that you can do. But who are you being? Are you being someone who is in this moment? Are you being someone who is in this moment? Do you understand that right here is the only moment that you have? This conversation with your mother is the only one that you have. You doing your work of writing or reading or trading or making love to that beautiful woman or multiple, whatever floats your boat, right? All of it. The experience that you're having right now is absolutely perfect. Okay? Next, every step is already ordained. Beautiful. Every step is already ordained. Every step is already ordained. What about free will, Alex? What about free will, Alex? I love how I jump ahead of myself. I don't even know what's in here, but I can already tell what I wrote. All right. So the psalmist declares, so Psalm 37:23, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Poetry, right? You read the Psalms, it's just poetry. Be still and know that I am God. Right? The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Notice, it does not say some steps, right? It doesn't say some steps of a righteous man. Okay. It doesn't say only the good steps of the righteous man. Okay, cool. It doesn't say only the perfect plans that were made by this righteous man and the steps in alignment with that perfect plan that he made are ordered by the Lord, right? It says all of them, okay? Even detours, delays, and disruptions are wrapped in divine order. What is a detour or a delay or a disruption? I dare you to answer. What is a detour, a delay, or a disruption? Before you answer, I'm going to tell you, how the fuck do you know? How do you know what is a detour or a delay or how do you know? From your limited third dimensional perspective, how do you know? It's all perfect. Unless you say it's not perfect, unless you say, oh God, it's just a detour. Oh, it's just going to take a little bit more time. What does that mean? According to who? You can't even see, you can only see this moment anyway. How do you know the plan? You simply need to decide what you want and judge everything is perfect. Expect the best. It's all for me. A no is a yes. A yes is a yes. A maybe is a yes. No answer is a yes. An answer is the yes. It looks like movement. It's a yes. They're with somebody else. It's a yes. It's all a yes because I say so, because I am the voice of God. I am the moment. I am the wish fulfilled. I'm divine timing. I am all of these things. When you remember who you are and you stand in your power, you will figure out, whoa, this detour, that's an illusion. It's not even real. That's me judging. A detour is just me sitting here and making a judgment, right? It's a coping mechanism for children who are trying to believe instead of knowing. I guess it's a detour, and I suppose you don't know anything. You're just making up things right now to cope with your lack of ability to know. It's all perfect. It's absolutely all perfect. All right. So every step, even those we called wrong turns or failures, what is that? It's all led you right now to this perfect moment where all of your power is right now. Do not curse God by saying that right now what you're in is some kind of divine detour taking you off the path so you can learn some struggle lessons. You are God. What does God need to struggle for? What lesson does God need? You need to decide what you want. Decide that every path leads to it perfectly. Right now, I am on the path of least resistance. What if it looks like this? I don't care. I walk by faith, not by sight. I know who I am. What if I don't feel good about it? It doesn't matter. It's all working out. My emotions rise and fall like weather, like clouds, but I am the sky. I am always there. I am the presence behind them all. The emotions, the feelings wouldn't even exist without the awareness, the consciousness, the God beneath them. You are the eternal sky. You are the power. You are the power. You are the power. Okay, perfect. Let's go. God is within you, guiding every motion, right? Even God is within you. Such a concession, right? Sometimes I make those concessions. What is the truth? God is not within you. God is you. There is no you. There is only God. There is no you. There's only God. This God is within you. This is just how we try to explain to other mortals, right? But you are not mortal. You are all that there is. You are not a mere mortal. You are the walking embodiment of God. You are the flesh, the bone, the blood of God. You are nothing but spirit taking a perspective of this one little human vessel. But you are much more than this. Much more. All right? The path does not need to be straight for it to be holy. It only needs to be trusted. To live in this awareness is to release judgment of the journey and to begin celebrating each step as sacred. I stand in holy ground. Right now, you are on holy ground. Look around you right now. Look at your little ugly ass feet right now, okay? You are on holy ground. Why? Because you are the temple of God. If you're laying down in your bed, where you are laying is holy ground. Why? Because you are the temple of the Most High. Because God lays there. This is where God rests. You are the resting place of God. You are the authority of God. You are the authority of God, right? You are the word of God made flesh. Show divine ass. All right. So delight comes when we stop resisting the road we are on. God delights in your way. So when we talk about this, right, that Psalm 37:23, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord and he delights in his way. Delight. Where does delight come from? Delight comes when we stop resisting the road we are on. God delights in your way because he sees no separation between where you are and where you are meant to be. Right? The separation between where we are and where we are meant to be is just an illusion that comes up in a mind that's simply trying to guide you and distract you and keep you focused on how things used to be. But that's not the truth of who you are. All of those thoughts, they rise up within consciousness. They show up, but that's not you. You are the awareness behind them. You are the one that gives those thoughts meaning. You are the one that accepts those thoughts or says, no, I am much better. That's who you are. You're not the thoughts. You are the awareness behind it. And so you get to decide who you are. You get to decree. right? The I am that I am, like God showing up to Moses in the bush. Who shall I say sent me? Who shall I say, right? Asking that specific question. Who should I say? And God didn't give him a name. Who? What do you mean who? I am that I am. I am simply the awareness. I am whatever you say. I am the all. Okay? So delight comes when we stop resisting the road we are on. God delights in your way because he sees no separation between where you are and where you are meant to be. When you delight in your way, you join him in that vision. See, God sees that perfection, right? Source sees that perfection, which is you. Huh? In the mind of God, it's all perfect. All past exists, perfection, right? When we went to Genesis 1:31, when it said God looked at creation and said it was very good. We broke down the word very good. We went to the Hebrew, right? What does it mean? Whole, harmonious, complete. It wasn't very good from a human perspective, like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's cute, right? Unlike some of y'all's feet. Now, it's not talking about very good in a cute way. Right? Some of y'all feet only got 8 toenails. I know. Some of y'all don't even got 8. Don't you wish you still one of the days where you had 8 toenails anyways. Right? So when we say very good, it means whole, harmonious, complete, perfect, right? All past exists within it. So God sees no separation between where you are and where you are meant to be. When you delight in your way, you join him in that vision. Remember, once again, making a concession, right? We're speaking in a sense of separation just so we can talk about unity and wholeness, right? Just to bridge the gap. That's why Jesus is talking parables. That's why even the mystics, right? You have to say you are one with God in these poetic ways. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean within a drop. Like your boy Rumi said, right? It's simply because you have to take the mind on a journey to oneness. So even this is a concession, right? He sees no separation because where you are, between where you are and where you are meant to be. Well, the truth is there's no separate awareness. There's no separate observer. But this is simply a way to highlight the perfection that's already within God. Going back to the beginning in Genesis 1:31, when he looked at everything, which is just a reflection of him, of it, of the spirit, right? Even him, it, the spirit, that's all concessions again. But you know what I'm saying? I just want to stress this so you don't get confused and say, oh, well, you said there's only one. Why are you saying that God sees no separation and I do and I join God? No, there is no joining, right? It's simply that you walk in alignment with the truth of who you are. If you think of God's will within you, that's the truth of who you are, right? This is why even Jesus said, I am the truth. When you think of alignment with that true part of you as the truth, okay? Now understanding the nature of the all, which is perfect harmony, now allows you to walk in coherence with that all, with that nature, which allows you to have and receive the things that you want. That's the point, okay? When you delight in your way, you join him in that vision. Each breath becomes a hymn. Each step becomes a prayer. And the very act of walking becomes fulfillment itself. Trust that your steps are ordered, not randomly scattered. Rest in the knowing that even now you are on holy ground. Even now you are on holy ground, right? With them big old stompers. With them big old clunky stompers that some of y'all got. I bet the insects hate to see some of y'all coming for a grounding ritual outside. They can't wait till it gets a little colder outside. Please let this motherfucker not come with them big, ugly ass, brutal ass feet. Velociraptor toes. Please, no, not again. Right? Our home. Them big ass corn toes start to stomping around in that grass, talking about grounding. Like, please let them remember that they are God and they don't have to do this grounding shit no more. Please let them remember that they are God. They don't have to do no more grounding, please. For the sake of our home, our children, right? Well, here's your permission slip. Here's your permission slip. You don't have to do none of that. You just are God. You are already all that there is, right? So here's a quote from the Buddha. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Only feet, putting them toes on only feet, huh? Miguelito, putting them toes on only feet. I am prosperity. Somebody will like these toes. I don't care what Alex talking about. I'm putting these on only feet. Somebody finna see these toes and pay. You feel me? Somebody. I know. That's how you know a woman love you. If you put your feet out, she's like, oh, I love you no matter what. She give you a foot massage. She damn near cut her finger on your toenail. Yeah, that's how you know she love your ass. I will suffer for you, Alex. I will suffer for you, Alex. All right, so anyways, the Buddha echoed this truth. All right? Would you rub your SP's feet? Would y'all rub your SP's feet? Because some of y'all SP, I know, the way y'all make a big deal out of y'all SPs, you would think you finna pull out a picture of the way, the pedestal that you put y'all's SPs on. Oh, wait. Tell them to take their socks off. I bet you will look at them different. You will take them immediately off of that pedestal. Tell them to take them socks off right now. Don't prep. No, don't go to the bathroom and rub Vaseline on them motherfuckers. Don't prep. Pull them out right now. His toes are beautiful. All right. Okay. If you say so. If you say so. So speaking of ugly ass feet, next part, the judgment of perfection. The judgment of perfection. I know some of y'all definitely keep y'all socks on the house. Because some of y'all feet look like y'all can climb trees. You be hanging upside down from the branches with some of y'all feet. You're lucky. Right? That'd be blackmail to some of y'all. Somebody just run up in your house and take a picture of your feet. Got your ass. Yeah. Nope. Now give me the money. Give me the money that you owe me. Some of y'all, come on, bruh. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Delete it. Blackmail the shit out of your ass. All right. So next, the judgment of perfection. I swear. Here, bro. Take which cars you want. Right? Matter of fact, I'll transfer some shit from our savings account from you. Just leave me alone. Don't do that shit no more. Stop playing. Bro, stop playing with me. All right. I gotta stop playing so much. I know these videos never get deleted. They're just gonna be sitting on YouTube for all time. This the motherfucker I was telling you about manifesting? That he was God? This nigga talking about feet right here? This is the dude? Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him, all right. All right, so the judgment of perfection. Here we go. We often live as judges of our own lives. We often live as judges of our own lives. We call one experience good and another bad. Right? It's the human condition. All right, let me lock in. Because I got so many jokes that I want to spill out, but I need to lock in. I'm going to lock in, all right? So this is the human condition, right? We descend into flesh and bone and blood. So I've often talked about the fall into duality. We did a discussion a while back. I can't look at the TikTok chat because y'all going to start tripping. Y'all are childish over there. All right, so we did a discussion in the Garden of Eden, right? On the Garden of Eden, we talked about all the different metaphysical things that the Garden of Eden could represent, that Adam and Eve could represent. Well, not all of them, but we broke down like 8 different ways, 10 different ways, right? Because let's say that you go out, yes, y'all, and you ask 10 different people, what does the Garden of Eden mean? What does the story of Adam and Eve mean? You're going to get a bunch of different answers. You could potentially get 10 different answers, right? Because scripture is this living, breathing document, right? One of the metaphysical reasons, or one of the metaphysical interpretations of this book is a fall into duality or judgment, right? So Adam in the beginning was given this task. Okay, was given this task. Let me stop looking at y'all. to name the animals, right? That's the conscious mind of Adam. It's looking out and it's saying, okay, this is that, this is that, this animal is this. What is this likened to? This is likened to us with our conscious mind walking through reality and judging things, saying, this is good, this is bad. This situation is working out, this isn't. This is a visual, this is a representation metaphysically of this power that's given to us, right? Now, the fall into duality. The nature of the Garden of Eden was what? It was perfection, it was harmony. Right? Because even in the beginning, all paths exist harmonious, right? Everything was perfect. So now you have these quote unquote human beings who are in the Garden of Eden. Okay? And in there, everything is provided for you, right? You don't even know you're naked. You're just walking around. You're always provided for. Don't work. Don't do nothing, right? And so now you decide to have this human experience, which is represented by the biting of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay? Because if you eat it, you will be like gods. What does that mean? Well, you'll tap into your true nature, which is just to create. It's just to create, right? Meaning now, instead of simply you walking in this oneness, you have this illusion of separation, this illusion of duality, which allows you to experience yourself. The question I always ask is, without the illusion of separation, how would you experience the love of another? Right? How would you experience that beautiful woman that you desire? The money, buying that car, doing all that. How would you experience that? Well, you experience it through the illusion, the duality, the veil of separation that allows you to perceive yourself as another. So when Adam and Eve bit from this tree, this fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, right? Now they descend into duality, just one of multiple different reasons, right? And so now they're pushed out of this garden, which represents what? Oneness. And now they are simply on the path of quote unquote striving to remember themselves, right? And then scripture takes us on this journey where you read all of these different stories of different people with the metaphysical undertones always being about manifesting. Whether you talk about Abraham, whether you get to Job, whoever you get through, and then Jesus kind of being this divine teacher of the awakened self. Even Revelation going into the marriage of the bride and the groom, right? Or the bridegroom, right? The lamb and the bridegroom, right? So representing this falling all the way to this enlightenment, this waking up into Christ consciousness. It's all beautiful. It's all this beautiful game. Okay? So, but all of it is for you. When we think of it as a struggle or whatever, then that's what we're going to receive. But it's all for you. It's all beautiful. It's all perfect. Okay? So we often live as judges of our own lives, which is part of the human condition. Hey, whoa, don't 100 that. Talk about some struggle lesson. It's not a struggle lesson. Look at y'all. What are y'all doing in the comments? Why are y'all clinging on a lat together? This is some kind of messed up struggle lesson. You like 100. What are y'all doing? It's not a struggle lesson. It's a divine game to know yourself. It's all God. Okay, it's all God. No, I don't want to hear it. All right, so we often live as judges of our own lives. We call one experience good, another bad. We cling to one moment and resist another. To see rightly, right? To see righteously is to recognize that God is in all. Remember, there's a quote in scripture that said, Abraham trusted in the Lord and he counted it to him as righteousness. Meaning, because we think righteousness means like human law, morality, right? What some man who wrote a book says. What righteousness means is what? The deciding, the knowing that you are one with source, that it's all for you, that the desires of your heart are being outpictured for you. So when I walk rightly, everything is for me. When I walk rightly in righteousness, everything is for me, right? So to see rightly is to recognize that God is in all. If God is in all, then nothing is wasted. There's no deviation from the path. It's all the path. There are infinite paths on the path to the desire. Infinite paths within the infinite. Infinite paths within infinite paths. It's just fractal, where God is within everything, right? Like I told you, we'll say, okay, well, I am the fullness of God. What does that mean, though, when you say I am God? Well, it's simply reminding us or pointing back to what? The truth that God is everything. God is the fabric of reality, and God cannot be divided, right? God can't be divided. So it's not that just that the wholeness of God is within me as one. It's that the wholeness of God is anytime I divide myself, right? Whether I go down to a cell, the wholeness of God is in a cell. The wholeness of God is in my eyeball. The wholeness of God is me. It's in everything. It's the fabric of reality. Right? So we cannot break it down, right? So if God is in all, then nothing is wasted. If God sees perfection, then so must we. So the same way that we break down ourselves, the same way we break down the path. Right now, this moment is perfect. And the fullness of God is in this moment. No matter what the situation looked like, you're constantly walking in the fullness of God along infinite paths that all contain the perfection and the fullness of God. I don't think that I'm saying this profound enough. When you have a desire, right, whether it's a person or for something, because the way I said it didn't resonate with me, so I had to say it in a different way. Right now, have a desire, okay? Desire being money or a person, a thing, whatever the case may be. So you decide, this is who I am. Exactly, superimposition, exactly where I'm getting to, right? Superimposition. So right now, you have a desire. And when you have that desire, the moment that you are standing in, there are infinite paths to that desire. And within every single path is the fullness of God because you walk as the fullness of God. Every step along infinite paths. And every infinite path also has infinite paths within it. And you can break it down, just like when you look at the human vessel, right? You have all of these lives unfolding, superimposed one on top of the other. You have all of these quote unquote pieces of you that have the fullness of God in them, one within another. Your lung, the fullness of God. Every single cell within your lung, the fullness of God. So it's this fractal way of looking at life and realizing that nothing is wasted. Everything is whole and complete. Everything. Every path, every moment. Even you saying, I messed up. You're doing that while standing in the fullness of God. You're doing that while standing in the fullness of God and being the fullness of God. Do you feel me? Are you following me? Okay? Are you following me? Every path is perfect. Every path is infinite. Every moment is infinite. Every path contains infinite paths. Each one of those infinite paths contains infinite paths. And all of them contain the vastness of all that there is. This is something to relax into. This is just something to relax into. Reverse tree roots. On an infinite tree, an infinite root system, where every root had infinite more root. You could think of it like that, right? I've seen, or kinda. If I can imagine what you're imagining, which I can't, because it's you imagining it. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. The Gnostic Gospel of Thomas, right? Split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift up the stone and you will find me there, right? Pointing back to that truth. Right? Split a piece of wood and I am there. Not just within it, but you split the piece of wood. The fullness of God was in this. The fullness of God is still in both pieces. This is not half of God here and half of God there. Split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift up the stone and you will find me there. It's hinting, in this parable way of saying, you can't escape me. You can't escape yourself. You can't escape the awareness that flows through everything, right? The divine does not hide itself in the sky. To see God only in miracles is to miss the miracle of presence woven into all things. It's all a miracle. Every detail of creation is an altar. Every act of noticing becomes a worship. What seems mundane is alive with eternity if only the eye is willing to see. We're cooking today. We are cooking today with this, okay? What seems mundane is alive with eternity if only the eye is willing to see. Next, this teaching is a call to stop chasing and start beholding. Start beholding everything is unfolding perfectly, as divine, as nothing is wasted. It's all a miracle because it is. The sacred is not somewhere else. It is here in the smallest moment. in the commonest touch, in the ground beneath your feet, when you split wood or lift stone, when you breathe or speak or simply sit still, the infinite is already there. Nothing is devoid of divinity. The task is not to summon God, but to awaken to the God who has never departed. Presence is not about conditions aligning, but about discovering the divine already hidden in what looks ordinary or even unwanted. Do you hear me? I know you hear me. I trust that you hear me, right? Presence is not about conditions aligning, but about discovering the divine already hidden in what looks ordinary or even unwanted. It's all God. It's all perfect. It's all God. It's all perfect. So trust beyond the outcome, right? So Matthew 6:34, Jesus said, do not worry about tomorrow, right? We talked about this in the beginning. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own, reminding you that right now it's perfect. Right now is perfect. The only thing that you can control is your perspective right now. Okay? Let's break this down. Worry is the thief of presence, pulling the mind into shadows that have not yet formed. Jesus, right, your I am awareness reminds us that life is not meant to be carried in bulk, but lived one sacred day at a time, one sacred moment at a time, right? Even saying a day is a concession. Because the day doesn't exist, just the moment. Tomorrow is not yours to control. It belongs to God's unfolding. The invitation is to trust that what you need will rise to meet you when the sun rises again. Anxiety tries to make you live in a future that does not exist, while faith anchors you in the gift of now. Every day is its own sanctuary, its own lesson, its own grace. To burden today with tomorrow's questions is to miss the joy already placed before you. Do you hear me? Well, how is this going to help me get my person or that money? Because you already have it. Because the substance that you are waiting for it's already right here. When you decide that you are whole, when you remember that you are whole and fulfilled and worthy and divine and prosperity and the wellspring of love right now, all of those things are simply conditions that rise to meet you based on your knowing of who you are. They're tokens. They're things to celebrate when they arrive. But this moment is to be celebrated as well. This moment is perfect as well. Okay? When you release tomorrow, you reclaim today. When you rest from quote unquote overthinking. And when I say that in this context, I'm talking about trying to figure out why did they do that in the past? What did this mean? When I have that, then I'll feel better. When you rest from overthinking, you discover that provision, love, and strength are already here. The Father feeds the birds and clothes the lilies, and you are worth far more than these. Let today be enough. Let now be enough, right? And that's a quote from Scripture. The Wi-Fi fucking up. My bad. No. I think it's because I got a call. That's what it was. All right, that's enough, y'all. That's enough. Damn, not too much, all right? Not too much. Yeah, I can repeat it. I can repeat it. The verse that I said, right? The Father feeds the birds and clothes the lilies. And you are worth far more than these. The Father feeds the birds and clothes the lilies. And you are worth far more than these. Let today be enough. Let now be enough, right? Y'all don't have to screen record me. Don't keep the evidence of me talking about feet in your camera roll, right? You can go to YouTube. All of these discussions are always on YouTube. They're always on YouTube, right? So I'm streaming straight to YouTube right now. You can just go straight up. You don't got to randomly open me in the middle of somewhere quiet and I'm over there talking about hanging off a tree with your feet. Right? You know, what kind of freaky shit you into, right? I got you. Right? But yeah, everything is on YouTube for you. Cool. Oh, it's posted right now. It's up there right now. It's streaming right now. The same thing you see on TikTok is the same thing that is seen on YouTube and Instagram. All right, so to worry about tomorrow is to crown the illusion of control as your God. This is the idolatry, right? Some of the times you do get pushback for saying that. It's not idolatry. It is. To think anything is greater than God is idolatry. Okay? So to worry about tomorrow is to crown the illusion of control as your God, and you only meet God right now. Okay? How to manifest my SP back. Say it straightforwards. You already have them back. This is straightforward as go get. This is straightforward. You already have them. All right? To trust is to release the reins. And let's talk about this, y'all. You can't get them from there. You can't get them from there. From that pure lack. You cannot get there from there. You might as well, if your thing is, hey, how do I get my SP back right now? Please give me straight for it. You might as well go knock on their front door. You might as well just go beg for them back. Because you're not in the space of knowing who you are anyway. You get them back the same way that you manifest everything. Right now, you remember that you are God. You are the center of your reality. Okay, cool. Perfect. If you were the center of your reality, what would you decide right now? Well, that this person's already mine. And they would be. If I know that I'm the center of love in my reality, love could never leave me. It's impossible to leave me. Love cannot leave me. I'm the center of love. Love flows from me. So what do? I pull my energy back into that knowing. I remember who I am. And then everything must show up from that knowing. The same way that I know myself as prosperity and money seemingly shows up out of nowhere. Knowing myself as prosperity, knowing myself as love, it's not even about that person anymore. I choose them from the abundance of love that I am. And when I choose them, they show up. I choose to experience money from the prosperity that I am. And when I choose myself, the money shows up. But when I'm constantly why I'm so critical when y'all ask questions like that, why I get so critical on it is because it's a dangerous path to go down. Right? It's the path of, okay, you broke up with them and then you were reading all the self-help books and going to art of relationship coaching and trying to figure out how to be more masculine and more feminine to get this person and trying to manipulate physical reality. And then you randomly pulled up on a manifesting your specific person video. Boom. And now you were really in the rabbit hole. You mean I can just say affirmations all day and they'll come back? And so now, right, I'll tell you the story. So now all of a sudden what? You went from praying to a God in the sky to now this specific person becomes your God. And you simply sit in your room all day reciting affirmations. Saying, okay, maybe this affirmation, maybe my God, who is now my specific person, maybe my specific person who I have crowned as God, maybe this new affirmation will be pleasing to them. Then you visualize at night, maybe this will be pleasing to them. Maybe they'll react well off of this visualization. Maybe if I script, they will like that and they will come back. Let me control my thoughts. Let me control my emotions. Let me come to live streams and say, give me a straightforward way. I don't care what you're talking about. If just tell me. I don't care what you're talking about. Just tell me how to get this person back. You see, you can't get there from there. You can choose whatever you want to experience in your life. You can have whatever you want, but you cannot get there from that pure lack. Because that's not how God operates. You have completely removed yourself from your God nature. You're not on the pedestal. That person is. You're simply searching for ways to manipulate reality to get them when you don't have to manipulate anything because you are reality. There's nothing to manipulate. There's no person out there to get. There's only you remembering who you are. And from that knowing, now they can flow into you. From that knowing. Exactly. But if you simply walk around as an abundance of lack, then the illusion is going to mirror back an abundance of lack to you. And so the answer isn't to be mean. Okay? The answer is simply for you to have a responsible way of going about this, right? It's about much more than that. Let's say right now that you don't come into this greater understanding that you're God. Let's say you don't, okay? And let's say that you believe that the power is in just your affirming. Let's play make-believe right now. You're looking for the technique to do, right? Bubble bath, light 3 red candles, right? Take a pink ribbon and tie it around your head like a Ninja Turtle, right? Get a goat's blood and fill up, like whatever you think the technique is, okay? What happens the next time that y'all get into an argument? And now you have that feeling, oh, they're going to leave. Oh, my thoughts create reality. Oh, let me force myself to think different. Oh, it's the full moon. I know they're going to act up. Let me go do my ritual in the full moon to keep them satisfied and pleased to me. You have turned this person into a false idol. You might as well build a big ass golden statue of them in your room and worship it. That's what you might as well do. Just build a big ass golden statue and give it alms. Dress it up real nice. That's what you're doing. Every moment, how do I get a technique for them? How metaphysically can I send my thoughts to them? What sleep tape can I use for them? How will they respond next? What can I do? What can I do? Please tell me. Save me. Save me so I can be pleasing in the eyes of this other person. You didn't sign up for that life. If someone had asked you when you first started getting into relationships, if someone had asked you, hey, look, what is your dream relationship? You would have never said to sit here and jump into live streams and go into comment sections and go into Reddit, getting mad at people, right? Arguing. No, bro, this is a scam, bro. I can't get my SP. Please give me the technique. These people never are straightforward. I just need them back. If that version of you could see you now doing that, what would they say to you? Are you proud of yourself? Does that make you feel powerful? Is that you honoring the divinity that you are? Is it? It's not. It's not honoring yourself. That doesn't put you in a good, you don't even feel good thinking about that. A lot of you, if you sat here and told all your friends what you were doing, they would look at you and say, what? Not that it's about them, but why would they say that? Because your own judgment of self is going to be mirrored back to you. You get on this path and 3 months, 6 months pass, and all you've done is affirm and look for techniques in sleep tapes. And I can't go around them because they might lower my vibration. Well, I can't go to that place because that might lower my vibration. I got to force myself to eat this way to be in alignment. I got to do this and do that and do that and do this and do this and do. Your life becomes a ritual around this person. How long passes? And you look back and say, where the hell has my life gone? I say this with love. I say this with love. You're better than that. You are so much better than that. You deserve more than that. You deserve everything that you desire. You are God. You are the fabric of reality itself. For you to walk around believing that you could lose anything, believing that anything could walk away from you, believing that any money could be withheld, to believe that God could withhold love from God, to believe that God could withhold prosperity from God, not could, to believe that God would withhold love or prosperity from God is an absolute thought of delusion. It's a ridiculous thought. It absolutely makes no sense. So I'm so adamant on pushing you, like, okay, the technique is cool, but do it from the remembrance. Yeah. The technique is cool, but do it from remembrance. It's because you don't even want just that in your life anyway. Sure, you want that person, but you want the health. You want the body of your dreams. You want the relationship with your family. Right? You want the money. You want to live where you want to live. You want to drive what you want to drive, right? You have lots of dreams. And this is constantly trying to push you back and remind you that the dream is you. You are the dream. You are the manifestation. You're not manifesting anything. You're reminding, you're remembering, you're waking up to the truth that you have had the power this whole time. And there's several people in the chat. You can ask them right now. They're coming into this realization that people in their life are being healed. Money is coming out of nowhere. SP showing up on front lawns. Waking up to lottery tickets in there with all the money that they need on there. You can go through the chat. You can ask people. You deserve the life of your dreams. Don't put that person or thing on that pedestal and completely forget who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. All right? So this journey is about much more than this one-off, two-off thing. This is about remembering who you are. From that point of power, everything becomes magical. If you want to sit in the bathroom and affirm on the full moon and howl to the moon, wearing a mask, you can do that. You can do that. If you want to go do cartwheels in the forest and clap your ass cheeks on a redwood tree, and if that becomes do it. But do whatever from the remembrance. Stop trying to do things to become. Stop trying to do things to get, and know that you could not lose it. You are everything you desire to be right now. You are the power. You are the substance of reality. Okay? You are the substance of reality. You don't disrespect nature like that, though. Mother Nature's like, damn, come on, bro. Cool. So here we go. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own, right? So Hermes Trismegistus taught in the Emerald Tablet. What did he teach? That which is below corresponds to that which is above. And that which is above corresponds to that which is below. Basically, what is he trying to tell you? That is no different than this. This is no different from that. It's all one, right? But he has to explain it from the illusion of separation so you can get it. There's no difference. The inside is the outside. The outside is the inside, right? As within, so without. It's not profound enough. You are reality, right? But if he had just wrote, number one, you are reality. I was like, how do I get there from this? You are reality. What the fuck does that mean, right? So you have to explain it in a way that simply goes through the illusion to get to the truth. As above, so below. As within, so without. It's the same thing on both sides. If it's the same thing, that must mean, yeah, it's the same thing. If it's the same thing, that means it's the same thing. It's just you. It's just you, okay? So that means the outer path only mirrors the inner trust. When you live from peace, life arranges itself in peace. Beautiful, all right? We often postpone joy until conditions change, right? Yeah, here's a beautiful quote from the Upanishads, the Upanishads, okay? From joy, all beings are born. By joy, they are sustained. Towards joy, they move, and into joy, they return. Joy is not at the finish line. It is the essence of every step. That was my part at the end. Joy is not the finish line. It is the essence of every step. Right? The actual quote, if you want to look it up, is from joy, all beings are born. By joy, they are sustained. Towards joy, they move, and into joy, they return. Basically, the human existence is this movement towards joy, as joy, right? So to live present is to taste eternity now, right? God is not in time, but time is in God, right? Like we always say. You're not within your body's within you. Your body's within your awareness. You're not in this world. This world is within you. You're not in time. Time is unfolding from you. It's all you. Even the concept of something takes a long time gives me what? A reality where something takes a long time. Even the concept of the thought, the belief that, I'm separate than reality. I have to go through it. Even that creates more of an illusion of time. Separation just equals more time, right? So here we go. Reflection questions. Reflection questions. I got a love letter to y'all, then some affirmations. Okay. Number 1. What in your life are you labeling where in your life are you labeling a step as wrong rather than righteous? Where in your life are you labeling a step as wrong rather than righteous? Where are you judging incorrectly? Where are you judging by appearance and not by righteous judgment? I saw that little comment earlier. Well, how do I stay in the know when it looks like shit's hitting the fan? Why are you judging reality by what's out there? It's just hitting the fan, but who are you? You get to decide who you are, and now reality bends to reflect that because you are God. You are the source. You are the center. So what happens out there happens. You don't run from it. You don't have to fight it. Or you don't fight off dark to get to the light. You don't fight off dark to get to the light. You open your eyes and realize the sun's been there the whole time. You don't fight off lack to get to prosperity. You realize, oh, I am God, so I am prosperity. I don't fight off the things I don't want. They just are what they are. They're still the fullness of God. I decide who I am. This means nothing. I am that I am. It is what it is, but I am that I am. So we go to the truth of who we are. The situation, you know what I'm saying? The mere mortal looks out there and judges by what's out there. They say, oh, because I see this, I must be doing it wrong. I say the situation just is what it is, but the God within me is perfect, so the situation must be unfolding perfectly. He can look like whatever, but I am that I am. He can feel like whatever. Emotions can come into me, right? And when I'm saying this, right, you're like, oh yeah, it's easy. It sounds easy when you say it is easy. Why is it difficult for you? Because you're basing all of this on your emotions and feelings. Who says that when life comes and throws a curveball and slaps the shit out of me that I'm not going to be anxious and fear? I've told y'all about the story about my mom, cancer, right? A couple years ago, stage 4 lung cancer, 5-inch tumor in her lungs, right? The first couple of doctors we went to said, we can't do nothing. She got a couple months, brother. Enjoy your time. Was there anxiety? Yes. Was there doubt? Yes. She's cancer-free now. The perfect unfolding of events. Even the no's were simply leading to the right path. Because without the no's, we wouldn't have got to the right place. We wouldn't have got the right treatment. The first treatment stopped working. We wouldn't have got the second treatment. The second treatment was better. Then we had to do the right. There was a whole unfolding of perfect events. Yet had I sat in the middle of those things and judged them as wrong, who knows? I told y'all my eviction story. I had no job. I was driving Uber. No job. Needed $7K in 3 days, and the money magically showed up in the account. Where did it come from? To this day, I can't tell you. I sat in that apartment. I sat in that room, and every time I heard a rustle, the wind blew on the window, and I thought it was somebody coming down the hallway to evict me. I just knew. Oh, it's the constable. I'm out of here. I just knew it. And the doubt showed up, and the anxiety showed up, but I got to decide. The body is just catching up to the eternal truth. I've already decided. The body has been so used to looking at the mirror, to looking at the movie, the illusion. Of course it's going to react. That's what it does. That's what it's built to do. That's its function. That's what lets me know it was healthy. If my body was unhealthy, it wouldn't be reacting, right? When that beautiful woman's in front of you, your body's not reacting. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're like, something might be off. The reaction is health. It's just a sign of health. Yeah, anxiety, cool. That means I'm a normal human being because I have anxiety. Because some of us, we act like anxiety is the enemy. Like doubt and fear is the enemy. No, it just means you're alive. Are you breathing? Okay, cool. Then you're going to feel doubt and fear and anxiety. Part of the human experience. But you get to decide who it is, right? Exactly. It's that constant question. Can you honor your divinity and your humanity? Can you decide, I'm still the perfect embodiment. I'm still the perfect vessel of God. I am the place where identity and divinity meet. I am the identity of divinity. The identity of the Spirit of God, right? God is pure spirit and is made manifest within his vessel as you with your divine as. So I honor that by knowing no matter what, I am that I am. I am prosperity no matter what. The feelings rise and fall, but I am that I am no matter what. You get it? Do you understand why I say no matter what at the end? I am prosperity no matter what. Well, what about the situation show? You must not have heard the no matter what part. It must have just went over your head, huh? You're reciting it, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. I am that I am no matter what. The feelings are feeling. The feelings aren't creating. You have a feeling. What actually creates? You have a feeling or an emotion. What actually creates? It's not the emotion. It's when you grab the emotion. You say, oh, my fear, come here. Because I have fear, now I am not worthy. It's the story. It's who you declare yourself to be in the midst of that feeling. Try to control your feelings. Be a psychopath if you want. Go down. Go. Like I tell you, I'll do that. Try to chase your thoughts around all day. Chase your feelings around all day. I'll personally bring you the straitjacket and tell you I told you so. I told you to stop doing that shit. I told you to simply decide who you are. Told you. But here you are. Look at you. Fighting shadows. Calling it fighting demons. You're just fighting yourself. The only person that's getting hurt when you punch the mirror is you. This is a path of acceptance. Of self-acceptance, right? It's deciding that you are everything that you desire to be right now, no matter what. And your emotions, your feelings, even those running thoughts are just part of you being a human. But you're still it. They don't stop anything. They don't stop anything. They don't stop anything. You are everything. The radical path of self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. Okay? Number two. What might shift? What might shift if you trusted that even apparent detours are part of the divine choreography? What if you dropped the illusion of a detour at all? What if you woke up to the truth that, hold up, detour? How do I know? I'm just making shit up. Therefore, I'm experiencing something as a detour. Why don't I just decide that right now, every moment is perfect? There are infinite paths within every path. There are infinite ways to get to my desire. The moment I start saying, oh, it's just a detour and I had to learn a lesson, and says who? Says who? Who told you that? When we start waking up and being like, damn, you're right. Nobody told me there was a detour. It could have been the perfect path the whole time, but I accepted that it was a detour. I accept I had to go this further route, and now all of a sudden reality is showing me that. How could you be on a detour or the wrong path if every moment is perfect and you are God? How? What lesson does God need to know? Enlighten me. Somebody enlighten me. What lesson does God need to learn? Please. Humor me. Humor me, right? We come up with these coping strategies to deal with the reality that we don't like instead of simply deciding reality is what it is, but I am ultimate reality. I am the truth. I am reality. I am the way. I wonder what Jesus was talking about. Your I am awareness, right? Talking about you. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the way. Now, I am reality. I'm divine timing. I'm the moment. It's done. I am the manifestation of God. I am all that there is. Now, when we walk in that knowing, everything shifts. Everything shifts, okay? Everything is part of divine choreography. I want to hear it. There's no more detours. You're always on the perfect path. You're always on the perfect path, the path of least resistance, because you are God. You are all that there is. And then number three. How can you anchor yourself into the present moment today instead of judging or analyzing the outcome? What would begin to transform if you decided, okay, right now, wherever I'm at, I'm on the path of least resistance. Boom. I'm accepting it. I don't care what it looks like. And now When I'm looking out at reality, no matter what I see, I'm always expecting miraculous things to happen to get me out of whatever situation I'm in. I'm always expecting miraculous things to happen. I open my mind to miracles. I begin to see miracles. I begin to see miracles. Cool. All right. So I got a letter to y'all. All right. Beautiful love letter to y'all. Exactly. The belief in self-limiting beliefs is a real limiting belief of itself. Exactly. The bar right there. The bar right there. The belief in self-limiting beliefs is a self-limiting belief of itself. 100% facts. All right. So here's the letter to you. Basically, chill out. Exactly. Basically, chill the fuck out. Sit your ass down. It's all working out. You got this. Okay? So here we go. Every step you have taken is righteous. Do not curse your path or call it crooked, for even the bends in the road were sacred spirals guiding you home. What you called failure was only a lantern lighting a deeper truth. What you named delay was a patient hand of God aligning your breath with eternity. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wrong. All has conspired to bring you here to this holy now. Stop measuring your life by outcomes and begin measuring it by presence. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. Do not search the horizon for joy. Joy is already pulsing in your veins. Do not postpone your peace until tomorrow's promise. That's right. That's right. I need to take that gun and blast some of y'all feet. They look like some of the feet pedicure guns. Some of y'all need to have some of them. Is the pedicure and manicure? Which one's the feet? Yeah. Some of y'all need to get y'all's feet blasted with that little gun right there. Everybody put their feet in the never mind. Don't do that. Some of y'all put your feet in the camera. Y'all camera might fucking turn off. Right? So anyways, stop measuring your life by outcomes and begin measuring it by presence. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. Do not search the horizon for joy. Joy is already pulsing in your veins. Do not postpone your peace until tomorrow's promise. Peace is already in the silence surrounding you. Every moment whispers, I am whole, I am perfect, I am already complete. Beloved, do not live as a judge over your life. Lay down the gavel of good and bad. Release the courtroom of the mind. The path is not a trial to be endured. It is a sanctuary to be walked. I got a funny story I'm going to tell you. It's so off topic. Call every step holy. Name every detour divine. If you cannot see the beauty yet, trust that God has already seen it, and that is enough. Remember, you are not running toward completion. You are walking in it. You're not begging for love. You are breathing in it. You're not waiting for permission to live. You are life itself unfolding. Trust the path. Trust the mystery. Trust the hand that has never left you. And above all, be here now. The present is not a waiting room. It is the temple of God. The ground beneath you is holy. Your breath is prayer. Your being is fulfillment. Rest, child of eternity, for you are already where you are meant to be. Right? I am that I am, right? No matter what. No matter what. Cool. So I got a couple affirmations for y'all. 5 of them. 5 of them. I'll do a little bit of questions after that. All right. Number 1. Remember, I got to make sure that I say this before I say these affirmations. You're not trying to become anything. You are already it. This is divine reminder of who you've always been. This is a remembrance of who you have always been. Okay. I'm grateful that y'all chose this one, because I remember when I got through it, I remember doing it before, and I love being able to hit certain topics different. Right? Like, the further we go together on this path, I appreciate y'all for giving me the grace and the permission to continue going deeper and deeper and deeper into this topic. I appreciate that. So here's the affirmations. Number 1, every step I take is righteous, for each one is written in the script of divine order. I walk not in chance, but in choreography, every motion aligned with the wisdom of God. That was cold. I'll say that one more time. Every step I take is righteous, for each one is written in the script of divine order. Every step is in divine order. I walk not in chance, but in choreography, every motion aligned with the wisdom of God. 2. Number two, right? Remember, you have to write these down. I want you to catch writer's cramp. Okay? Some of y'all probably writing with your feet right now. Them strong ass feet. I bet some of y'all write with your feet for real. You just don't want to tell nobody. Number 2, I release the burden. Matter of fact, so I upload this to YouTube, so don't, try to write it down too fast. The document is all on YouTube. Okay, it's not just the recording, but the document. So you can get the document. It's going to have the affirmations, the reflection question, the entire lesson, the love letter, all of it. It's all for you. Okay, so number 2, I release the burden of judgment. For nothing is broken and nothing is wasted. All unfolds as perfection, even when my eyes have yet to see the beauty, right? I release the burden of judgment, because judgment is a burden. Trying to figure out what everything is an absolute burden. Trying to figure out, damn, this showed up and I didn't like it. What does this actually mean? That's a burden. How is it going to work out? That's the burden. I simply know it will. I release the burden of judgment. For nothing is broken and nothing is wasted. All unfolds as perfection, even when my eyes have yet to see the beauty. Right? It all unfolds as perfection, even when it don't look right. Even when it don't look right. All right? Number 3, my joy is not postponed, for eternity lives within me. I drink from the well of now, tasting the fullness of life in this very breath. My joy is not postponed. My fulfillment is not postponed. I am joy. I am fulfillment. I am love. None of it's postponed. It can't leave. Where would it go? Right? Eternity lives within me. I drink from the well of now, tasting the fullness of life in this very breath. Divine. Number 4, right? I got 2 more. I trust the path before me, for God is the author of all my ways. No step is stray, no turn is error. All is gathered into his wholeness and nothing is lost. I trust the path before me, for God is the author of all my ways. Ooh-wee. No step is stray, no turn is error. All is gathered into his wholeness and nothing is lost. Release the burden of judgment. Release the burden of judgment. Oh, it must be a detour. That's judgment. It's perfect right now. It's the path of least resistance. Everything is working out quickly and efficiently and perfectly. Release it. Okay? And last but certainly not least, the present moment is holy ground. Right? The present moment is holy ground. I walk as one who knows the earth beneath me is sanctuary, and every breath is prayer. I move through time clothed in reverence, alive in the temple of now. Let me read that one more time, okay? The present moment is holy ground. The present moment is holy ground. I walk as one who knows the earth beneath me is sanctuary, and every breath is prayer. I move through time clothed in reverence, alive in the temple of now. Right? I am that I am, right? No matter what. No matter what. So that's what I have for today. That's what I have for this afternoon. But, we can do questions. I got, my battery's still green, so we still got a little bit of time. All right. Yeah, it's extremely poetic. My thoughts on angel numbers. It's all me anyway, right? Angel numbers are the same as anything else, right? If right now let's say that I'm driving and I'm walking down the street. Matter of fact, I'm not driving. I'm walking down the street, and it's a puddle in front of me. It's raining, right? I get to the curb. I drop my wallet. I bend down to pick up my wallet, and all of a sudden a car zooms by and splashes me with water. Damn. Tripping. I'm pissed off. Right? My wallet's wet. I'm wet. I'm looking at him, and all of a sudden I see a 333 on his license plate. I say, it must mean something. And so I Google it. Right now I've been having financial struggles, but I've been walking everywhere. Right? The car costs more. The car costs more to fix than it's worth. All these things going on in my life. I'm waiting for prosperity. So I go to Google. What does 333 mean? And the first thing says it means new beginnings. You're shedding of all the old. And I say, damn, that sounds terrible. No, I don't like that. I scroll again. It says, new relationship. Someone beautiful will come in your life. You say, boy, deal with somebody new so they can add another bill to my life? No, thank you. That can't be what it is. The third one says, financial prosperity and abundance is about to overflow. Stay the path. And you say, that's what it is. What did you just do? You chose what it meant anyway. Now, you can sit here and tell me, no. Certain numbers have meanings. And I will say, of course they do to you. Of course. That's your perspective. Of course they mean something to you. Duh. No. But even when I see other people with these numbers, those things happen, I'll say, of course. That's your belief, isn't it? It has to be true. Right? Just like you can sit down and you can say, let's go over your Scorpio. Alex, please tell me. Alex, tell me when were you born? I'll give you my information. You say, oh my God, let me look at your charts. This is the house you were in, right? Your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, all the signs are, oh my God. Alex, this means we're so compatible. I could look at you and say, no, we're not. No, the hell we're not. I don't have to accept that, right? Or it can go like this. You could tell me, you could say, look, yes, zodiacs are real. It doesn't even matter if you believe them. You don't even have to believe them. They are real, and I know they're real. So even when people show up in my life and they don't believe them, I can decide who they are. And I would say, of course. Because that's your belief. Of course. Duh. Reality is just mirroring you. Reality is you. But to the version of them who doesn't believe it, the true version of them is not going to be in your reality anyway. That version of them doesn't abide by the zodiac, but it's your belief so much that every man that walks into your life that is a Capricorn, you say, oh my God, he just can't deal with them. Not the Capricorn. Then his third house is in, I know what y'all be doing, you little psychopaths. I know what y'all be doing. Right? And now because you have decided that whoever shows up in your life, they have to play that role. Right, some of y'all can't even get through the first date without asking, where were you born? Sorry. Why? I'm just curious. I have this app and I just want to we can see if we're compatible. If you don't enjoy this goddamn food and put that goddamn app away, I know what y'all be doing on y'all's dates. Then y'all come to me talking about, so why my SP think I'm weird? Let me give you some reasons right here. No, I'm just playing with you. You can have that if you want. The point that I'm making is that when you decide what is true, when you decide that I just can't deal with him, he's an anxious avoidant, and he's so, oh my God, he's just an avoidant. He never deals with his emotions. And I already know. Of course he doesn't. Because look at you, so attached to that story. You love that story. You can't get enough of that story. To believe that story is true is to choose it. But you don't have to choose it. You can decide to have whatever you want. Okay? You can decide to have whatever you want. So that's what I feel about angel numbers. Are they true? I'm not going to argue if they're true or not. But I will say that if you are God and you are all that there is, you can't be placed in any box. You can't tell me because I was born. Like, sure, I could believe in a sense that these are divine breadcrumbs that are given to me and they kind of help me in this life. Sure, I can believe that. But to think that it limits me, right? To think that just because I'm a Scorpio, you will box me into freaky category? Ugh, I am much more than that. I am much more than that, right? I am much more than that, right? So to think that you can be boxed in by any definition, you can't. You're much more than that. You are all that there is. What's up, Neve? Just how I feel. Y'all, this is completely off topic, but I'll let y'all ask questions after this. Well, you can ask questions now. It's completely off topic. I don't know if you guys have ever experimented with psychedelics. This is going to be way off topic. This ain't about reality creation at all. I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was recalling this time. There was a time in my life where I was doing psychedelics a lot. And one of the things that you experience is you can experience kind of a deep introspective trip or a lighter trip. Okay? So in the beginning, I was doing both. I was doing the introspective trip and I was doing the lighter trips. I remember one of the first times that I took it, I went to this big strip club. Right? I went to this big strip club. And I was on you can feel when it kicks in, right? First you might get a little nauseous and the colors start getting a little bit brighter and shrooms, right? I remember, and I don't know why I didn't think this was funny until earlier today, but I remember just being in there and everything. I'm just starting to trip and I'm just like, you're looking, it's like, it's ass clapping over here and it's like the lights hitting the scene, it's money and it's people, and it's just like, wow, like this is beautiful. I remember just being in the moment and being like, man, this is beautiful, right? Just ass, in that moment it felt so profound, but now looking back, I'm like, boy, you were tripping. What is going on with you, right? But in that moment, it was just like, this present awareness, I was just in the moment. Like, wow, this is absolutely beautiful. I don't want to be anywhere else but here. Like, the music was on point too. Cause the music, like you can damn near taste the music. Well, you can taste it. You can see the music sometimes where you have more profound trips, right? Everything becomes this full body, this full sensory experience. Right, so I'm looking at the women and I'm seeing like their stories, like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Like, we're all one. She's over here asking me for a lap, and I'm like, baby, we're one. Like, we're the same, right? I'm thinking that I'm just fly as hell. I'm smooth as hell. She's looking at me like, boy, if you don't shut your ass up and pay me, I'm like, baby, look, we're one. You shouldn't even be doing this, right? You're just in a completely different reality than that other person, right? But I remember that being that was probably the most fun that I've had. And I've only been to strip clubs a couple of times. They're really not my vibe. But I was like, if I take them psychedelics, it'll be cool. And it was. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. So yeah, that's my story. That's my random story for today. Yeah, it's not my vibe for real. It's not my vibe. It's like, cause why it's not my vibe? It's like, the women in there don't really like you. Like, they don't really like you. They just want you to give them some money so they can dance, and it feels like they like you. Then when the song is over, they just go to the next person. You feel betrayed. You're like, hold up, I thought we had a real connection here. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, it's an assumption. Well, I'm not really willing to work on that assumption right there. Why are you doing that to him? Why are you all on him like that? Like, you're better than him. You deserve better. Come back here with me. You have more money? No, I'm out. But I didn't mean for the dance. I was talking about in general. I was talking about come back over here with me in general. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was real. I don't want you to work here no more. But yeah. Some of these poems I'm reading out here, you think it's for that woman that I met in the strip club when I was on them shrooms. We fell in love. Well, I fell in love. She just liked that I just kept on calling her over there and giving her more money. Nah, it's not all making sense. I'm in love. I'm not a lap dance fan. I'm not. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's like I gotta pay you for that shit. I get that it's all a transaction, right? But I'm not trying to pay. Come on now. I don't know. I just don't like that. Right? Then like it's cool when it's happening, but like afterwards you walk away and I'm like, I really could have kept that. I start throwing money on the string. She's different than the other ones. She's different. You waiting outside the club at the end of the night. Hey, I just wanted to talk to you in private. It's loud in there, and I don't think you really heard me when I said that I loved you, and you'll get the security guards calling your ass. Somebody get him. I think he on something. Look at his eyeballs. Man, well, hey baby, look, I know that we just met, but of course they want to be seen and accepted, so of course, for sure. However, yeah, however, I gotta meet him outside. I can't meet you at work, cause if I meet you at work, I'm not. Nah, I gotta meet you outside, like at the gas station or Whole Foods. You know what I'm saying? How about a nice music festival? How about that? I should have manifested. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Matter of fact, dang, I have to think about what I think. I had to really think about what I was saying because this is gonna be up forever. So I'm gonna say it like this. No, I can't even say that. I can't even say that. However, there was an establishment. So whenever I played football in college a while back, right? And so of course you go on official visits, right? And on the official visits, you know what I'm saying, you meet like people at the school and they show you women and they'll take you to strip clubs and like your host, like let's say you go to an official visit, right? Because you're getting recruited. The host will have a certain amount of money that they can spend on you. So of course they feed you already, but like they'll take you out, they'll spend the money, they'll do whatever. And they'll take you to these places, they can buy you whatever. But like if you know that because you've been on trips, you can just ask them for the money. Right? You can just ask them for the money. But of course, when they're these good recruits, they're taking you to nice places, right? They're taking you to nice places. And they're taking you to clubs. I remember, so I'm not going to say the places, right? But there were, The most low end strip clubs that I've ever been to were on recruiting visits. They were on recruiting visits. I'm talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is interesting things happen. Interesting things happen. Why are we feet obsessed today? I don't know. That wasn't me. That was y'all. Y'all started that. Y'all started it. Ooh. So do y'all wanna any questions y'all have? Y'all wanna talk about anything anything serious? Or y'all just wanna sit up here and talk about feet? Damn, the Instagram feed always so dry. I need to go for a run tonight. Anybody trade today? Anybody catch that long in the index funds? SPY and NASDAQ, that extreme long that went on? Am I saying, my bad, let me read it out loud for anybody on YouTube. Am I saying that there's no, my bad. Am I saying that there's no difference between narrating the story that we want and remembering I am? Yes, the same. Yes, the same, right? Because when you think of it from a narrating perspective, right? Thoughts come up, but you still get to decide, oh, that's not me. Right? Everything is working out for me. Oh, this situation is perfectly unfolding for me. Another perfect, this is who I am, right? You're constantly deciding what everything means. So yes, the narration of the story isn't necessarily the remembering that I am. The remembering of I am is simply the remembering that you are already all that there is. That's it, right? You're good to go from that perspective. The narrating from the power, from the remembrance that you are already everything you desire to be, right? That's the cherry on top. That's the cherry on top. Do I have to live as if my manifestation is happening right now, or trusting that it's unfolding? Whichever one lets you know that the present moment. Okay, here it is. People will say, live as if it's done. Okay, I'm not going that far. What I'm saying is, know you're the identity who already has it. Okay, to act like I have $1 million and in my bank account I only have $10 might be a little challenging for me. You know what I'm saying? I might try to go buy that car and I get rejected, and I'm tripping. Okay, I don't have to deny the existence of physical reality. I can decide that physical reality just is what it is, but I'm already the identity of prosperity. I am prosperity. Okay, if I haven't experienced $1 million, how am I gonna act like a millionaire? I don't know, but I can go to the truth of my identity. The identity is that I am prosperity because I am God. Now, because I am prosperity, right? The manifestation is instant because I base it on myself. I am prosperity. I am the money. Now everything is unfolding to meet me. It's unfolding. I'm not becoming. Reality is not becoming me. It's not in the future. I'm already the identity of prosperity. Reality is simply unfolding to catch up to me. So it's not about living, quote unquote, as if per se. It's knowing that you are it. Knowing that you are it. And I think I said that on a video when I was like one of the talking to myself video, and it was like, well, act as if. And I was like, act as if. No, you just do. You have it. You are already that identity. So it's deciding that you are it. I am that identity. I don't have to act as if. What is there to act as if? I'm the identity of everything. I am all that there is. Who I am right now, how I'm acting is perfect. I just have to do everything from a position of power, meaning I remember my identity. I am God. I am already the prosperity I seek. I love when y'all help each other in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Truly. I truly love, truly appreciate it. I'm really grateful to be on this journey with all of y'all. For sure. Yeah, exactly. Everything, I wouldn't even say good or bad, right? Everything that happened to you was simply pushing you to the remembrance that you are God. It was simply, you can think of it as in every situation, you're being presented with the internal question, can you see that even here God is here, that you are here? I love your SP questions. They're my favorite. I just selectively ignore them. I don't know. I think it's the TikTok filter. Sometimes the SP comes up. Matter of fact, I should put a filter on SP. What would y'all do if I put a filter? Every time you put SP, you just can't even see the shit. It just disappears. Oh my God. Could you think of a better place? My God, think about how much harmony that would bring. I feel like Thanos right now. Finna get my infinity gauntlet on. Snap my fingers and eliminate SP from the chat. The world needs correcting. It needs the chat needs correcting. I am inevitable. You feel me? I am inevitable. It is all. G-Force Athletics, I appreciate you, brother. We all in this journey together. Not yet. That's so funny. Like, please, let me get 3 more SP questions out. For real, I need that tough love. You just wish those harsh situations didn't make me feel so weak. Well, they do. And now what? Radical acceptance. Right now, I feel weak. Okay. And now what? Right now, I am feeling anxiety. Okay. But now what? But who are you now? We condemn our emotions and our feelings as if there's some creative power keeping us from living the life of our dreams. But they're just emotions and they rise up. Yes, it's okay to feel. You feel down. You feel weak. But even scripture, right? We talked about that verse to start this off, Joel 3:10, right? Let the weak say, I am strong. Decide. Who are you, no matter what is going on out there? Okay. I need to hear more of this, Shelly. Shelly, I need you to join, or I need you to send me a voice note so I can hear the full story. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Appreciate you, Shelly. Yeah, Regina, yeah. You can select specific outcomes, absolutely. You can. You can select whatever you want. You can select specific outcomes, you can keep it general, you can do whatever you want. You get to decide. like a millionaire, you can do that. I had a number written on I had a very specific number written on the charts on what I was going to make in the market. I had a very specific number. I have another specific number that I just came up with a couple of days ago. So, yeah. And whenever that number hits, I'm going to be very, 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 very pleased. All right. But yeah, you can make it specific or general. And it's already posted. It's already recording right now. The moment that I hit stop, it'll be posted. Or it's already posted. It's streaming to YouTube. There we go, Sauce. Health-wise, I've been down bad. I feel overwhelmed. I'm not sure how to feel better. Then okay. You can accept that the situation is what it is and know that underneath it all, you are still perfect. Therefore, the situation must fade away until it matches your perfection. Okay, meaning, yes, I feel this way, but that's not who I am. I decide that I am God, so I am health, I am prosperity, I am wealth, I am, perfectly healthy. I am perfectly divine. That is my identity. Now when I go through life, yeah, the pain might be there. I might feel a certain way. I might have anxiety. I might have physical pain. But I simply remind myself that I still am the identity of health. That way, all of that pain can now fade away into the nothingness to match the perfection that I am. It's a choice. And then you remember that you've already made that choice over and over and over and over again whenever you need to. Whenever you think you can have a trigger, right? So in like the placebo effect, if you've ever studied the placebo effect, and I would highly recommend, we've done a bunch of discussions on it. So you can go to my YouTube and even Google or search it. But you can just Google the placebo effect. You don't have to go to my story either. Anyway, you can Google the placebo effect. And what you'll see is these people that are sick, they'll start taking fake pills. And because they believe they're real pills, all of a sudden they'll heal their body. It's went as far as there was a very interesting study where this dude had some untreatable disease, some terminal illness. And they made a fake news article saying that, first of all, he took an experimental drug. Come to find out the experimental drug was just scam, right? But when he took it, like all the procedures he was doing before did not work. But when he took this, his belief in it, all of a sudden he got healthy. Then he went to this doctor, right? And because they discontinued the medication. Because they did that, he went back to his doctor and was like, no, I need this. I need something. And the doctor was like, looking up and said, it wasn't anything. It didn't mean anything. Because it was disproven. It was fake. He was like, no, it was doing stuff for me. His illness came back. So what they did was they made a fake article promoting something new, 2 times as effective as the previous drug, but it wasn't anything. I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about. 2 times more effective than the previous drug, but it really wasn't anything. And they gave it to him, healed itself again. This man went from sick to healthy, back to sick again, back to healthy. All because he made a choice. So whether it's every time I drink water, this is my medicine, the important thing isn't what you use, right? Because an affirmation is no different than a placebo. A visualization, a sleep tape, a spell, building a big cauldron, right? Putting your white gown on and running through the woods, right? None of that. The O method, whatever y'all freaky asses like, it's all the same. Okay? It's all a placebo. It's all a placebo. I like the fast. I think I like the autophagy benefits. I enjoy the autophagy benefits of fasting. Which word? No, I've never ran through the woods with a white gun, but I did tell y'all that when I realized that I was too far down the technique manifestation path was when I was butt naked in my bathtub, of course, with the water filled up in the dark, with candles lit, with a pink bow, burning incense, with cinnamon and spices inside of the bathtub. I remember being in that motherfucker like, bruh, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Is this what it takes? I'm in that motherfucker doing a whole magic trick. The water is coming. I wrote down the spell on the paper because I want to bring my phone in so I could focus. So I want to get the paper. Okay, say the spell 3 times. Okay. The water sloshing around. Man, I said, boy, what are you doing? If you don't get your big black ass about this tub, is this where we have gotten to? Is this who we are now? Yeah, and from that point forward, I was like, I'm not finna be there anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. And that was beautiful and perfect for sure. It didn't feel beautiful and perfect at that time though. What was I manifesting? None of y'all business. That's what I was manifesting. Okay? None of y'all goddamn business. Y'all like, no wonder he's so bitter about SPs. What happened to his? A woman that drove this man to a bathtub, and now he can't even say SP anymore. That would be wild as hell. No wonder your ass hates SPs, Alex. I would too if they put me in that position. Well, get out the tub, you got cinnamon in your ass and shit. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck do I have cinnamon in my goddamn ass? And that's enough to piss you off. Oh, man. I know, right? I'm just up here snitching on a YouTube video that's never going to be deleted. I've never not gotten an SP though, so look. I got 100%. I'm batting 100% from the field. 100%. But actually, that spell wasn't even for a specific person. I'll be completely honest. It was a love spell though. It was to bring more love into my life. Hence the pink ribbon was for love. I went and got that hoe from Michael's. I remember being in Michael's like looking for. Let me find out what bow. I made a concession. I couldn't even get the regular bow. I got like, you know how if you get a Christmas, this is how you know I'm not bullshit. It's a real story. You know how if you get let's say you get a box Christmas present, there are certain bows that you can tie around the box, and then there's the bows that's already tied that's got like the sticky on the bottom. You peel the sticky off and just slap it on the box. It was one of them hoes. I got one of them and just cut it up so it was an actual ribbon and used that. I remember when I had to get a pink. I had to get pink. A pink bow. I had to get pink candles. Yeah, it was deep. That's why I get on y'all ass when I hear y'all making it about techniques. Cause I'm like, no, don't be like me. Don't do it. Don't do that shit. So, yeah. wasn't for, but it was just for love in general. I was like, I just want some more love in my life. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this spell. It was like cinnamon sugar and shit because it was supposed to be sweet like shit. Thinking back on it, shit is so funny. Fuck around and get yourself a goddamn UTI trying to fucking manifest love. Sell the path. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, man, the things that we do on this journey, right? The things that we do. There's been so many times I've caught myself like on that journey. Man, I put my power on everything but myself. If I could look back at my YouTube history from back then, oh my God. Falling asleep to subliminals every night. Riding around listening to affirmations. But I know why I did it, right? Because I was trying to make some shit work. Trying to make that shit work. Just desperate, right? Exactly. It was simply trying to escape suffering. But the one that I was looking for that whole time was me. It was just a realization. It wasn't even a click. It was a choice. Right? The whole it clicked moment for me was just a choice to say, bruh, if I'm the power, why am I doing all this? It was just a remembrance that no, I'm God. Why would I? And it was kind of an intellectual decision, right? The way that I talk to y'all, and I'm critical, why I can go in such depth with a lot of this, is because I've been questioning myself to the point where I've gotten to this depth, right? But when you finally realize that you are God and it's all God and you can't be separate from anything, well then you start to put a lot of things in perspective. Of course, if I'm all God, I'm not separate from anything. What am I doing? Nothing can leave. Why am I telling the story that things can leave and they can't? What am I looking for? When I'm looking for some God outside of me, right? God is the one that is looking through me as me. So, and then even coming to those understandings intellectually, right? After that, I still had to dive deeper into it and be like, well, I don't feel like it sometimes. And it's getting beyond that. Oh no, it's not about a feeling, it's just a fact. This is just who I am. It's a choice. Right? Those things are manifestations in themselves. Wow, what? So it was just going down the path, but continuing to stay in that knowing of oneness. And just going back and back and back and back. I remember. Appreciate you, Maria. Thank you. On the quantum shit, you said you put us on trading psychology. You should do a video on it. Oh wait, I should do a full trading psychology video. I just have to think about how to organize that. So I don't believe in God, the one force that created light and dark. No, I believe in God. I believe God is the all, right? God is, so I don't believe in God as something separate from anything though, right? I believe in God as the fabric of reality. Put it like that. Maybe I was Asian, you feel me? Maybe I still am. Even the knowing that the entire time is looking for you, we still questioning you, right? Yeah. Exactly, right? That's what we're here for, is to forget anyway. We have to give ourselves grace and remember that we're not on this journey to just merge into oneness. We're on this journey to have an experience. The illusion of separation is part of the journey. It's part of the perfection. Either one, make the list or be love. Either one, they both work, right? But do it from the knowing that you just are love anyway. Yeah, and I trade, but I do a lot of things. But I trade. That's my primary income for sure. Is trading. Options. Options. I just heard you should put white light around you. Can if you want. But should is a very interesting way to put that, right? Should. Right? It sounds like a human perception, a human judgment, right? What you should do is just know that you are God, right? Outside of that, I mean, what else would I like to do? Right now, nothing. Right now, nothing. I have lots of things that I want to accomplish within the path that I'm already on, right? Whether it's the content path, whether it's the teaching path, whether it is the writing path, whether it is the trading path, even the path of being of service to family, being of service to y'all, right? I still have a lot that I want to accomplish within those paths. So I'm committed to it. My desires are all within it. And I have other things that I want to do, but those things aren't truly that important. so I'm simply, this moment is perfect and it's full. Yeah, exactly. What I'm doing is perfect and it's full. Is it normal to feel overwhelmed and confused when remembering? It's normal to feel overwhelmed and confused when you are overwhelmed and confused. It's normal, right? It's part of the game. It's part of the remembering in itself. It's part of the journey, right? I mean, you're going to have that moment in life in all times. What's important isn't fighting off that feeling. It's remembering who you are through that feeling. The feeling doesn't define you. You just are perfection no matter what. Right? You just are it no matter what. I don't know what you're here for. I figured you would have your SP by now. A question. What's the question? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Right, D, I appreciate you. I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. Grateful.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm flying high over here. I'm listening to everything. And I'm quasi feeling redirected. Does that make any sense?
Not really.
Not really. Do you ever get this feeling where you just want to do something so out of the box and question yourself whether or not you have the balls to do it, and to appropriate the thought process of making that happen and trusting yourself to make those steps?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one then.
No. It's part of being a human, right? It's part of expansion, let me put it like that.
Expansion, that's it. That's like peeling off the old and bringing in the new.
For sure.
But in a new way that you're actually defining yourself by really listening to what you gravitate to. That brings you peace and keeps you in that freedom of thought.
Right.
That's where I am. The guy I was telling you about yesterday, I dumped him overnight in the last 24 hours. It was just, it had to go because the one thing about meeting people online, you can be anybody. You know, you can portray yourself to be this very cool, hot thing that you need to know and find your way to get there.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you go, oh, God, what did I just slip and do here?
Yeah.
Right? With sneakers on. You ever have that happen? It's quite an affair.
Yeah.
So I'm in this mode of wanting to leave the country. And I don't have to explain all that. I think everybody in here knows how many people I have. Yeah. For all kinds of reasons. There's a certain, I think my empathetic soul doesn't know how to digest the cruelty to humanity that's going on here. I can't sit here and make my coffee and go, okay, don't think about it, don't tap in and look, and don't hear what anybody's got to say. Stay in your groove and, forget about it. I can't forget about it.
Yeah.
Every time I try to shake it off my shoe, it's something else is just as insane. And so my spirit is asking me and calling me forth to find a different kind of, not only surrounding, but the peace of that surrounding. And yet still trust that I can make a living wherever God's taken. I have to trust God that He's going to make that happen.
Right.
And I was listening to what you were talking about earlier, and I said, every time I tune into you, it's like when you go to church and the message is like, damn, that was for me.
Yeah.
It's so when I asked you that question, is there anything else you want to do? Are you musical?
Do I listen? I
Do you
listen to this.
sing?
Oh, do I sing? I know. You wouldn't want me to sing.
Can you do your spoken word to music behind you
Yeah.
comfortably with your flow?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I see you as a shining, you know what I do for a living, so, I'm watching and seeing and feeling, and I really think that what you do on a daily, because obviously you see people love it, and you have a lot of content,
Yeah.
to repurpose all of that in a way that takes you to another level of recognition with that spoken word to some, whether it be a bass line behind you, diggity gong, gang going, and you're telling your story. I see that there are people that forgive me for dropping this on you, but I see that that's something that you could easily slide into.
Yeah.
And have it be another, income stream for all of this that you're bringing. Stretch it out, talk about expansion. That's why I think maybe that's a circle back, because the what's happening in my being right now is wanting to expand up and out of the negative ions here. And everybody has their own opinion, and we all are entitled to it. My father used to say everybody's entitled to my opinion, which was a bump funny in our family. But, so I'm asking you that because I'm at that threshold of, do I trust myself that I could really commandeer this even if it gets scary? That's where I am right now in my listening for that anchoring of why did that show up in me? Because I'm longing for a different kind of peace than the one you can bring peace to any situation. But when my empathetic heart is saying, hello, you need to listen. And I think what I relate to in you is the way that you listen and you hear something for the person that is longing to get a pearl from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like me right now. And so everything that you've lived and every experience that you've had, including the psychedelics, including cinnamon up your ass in the bathtub, it brought you to another place, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's funny.
Absolutely.
That's funny because it's a ridiculous visual. put some candlelight to it and forget about it.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It was even the story doesn't do it justice for how it looked when it was happening.
Say it again.
I said the story does not do it justice for how ridiculous it looked when it was happening.
Oh, I bet. You were trying to find your groove in the midst of it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, where am I going with all this? And I put all this setting out, and what am I supposed to see and hear and feel?
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you say, oh, but my butt hurts. I gotta get out of this place.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know, everything takes us to another level, right?
That's wild. Yeah, exactly. It's all intentional. I think that even points to the trust that you were talking about, is knowing that every step that you take is perfect, right? Because we often talk about it, and like I've been talking about today, right? We often talk about, well, I have to trust the path, and I have to trust the perfection of whatever detour and whatever route, when the truth is I just need to trust right now, because right now is the path. I'm already in the path. Even me trying to make a decision on which way to go is me standing on the perfect path. So even when I'm sitting here and I'm saying, oh, I have to do the right thing, I have to make the right choice, I have to figure out what I'm doing, that moment where I'm trying to figure it all out is still the perfect path. How can I honor and begin to stop judging anything as separate? It's all God, it's all connected, it's all perfect. So I'm not even waiting to make a choice. There is no choice to make. I'll make a choice. I'll have the illusion of making a choice, but it will all still work out perfectly for me.
You're killing me. You just put it all in a nutshell. So this is the path to that.
This is the path. It's all the path. Only thing that takes me off the path is me trusting the illusion, or me being delusional and acting like it's not the path, but it is the path.
Oh, that's good right there.
Because it's all God. Where is God? Not how. You can't escape God. You can't escape perfection. You cannot escape the divinity that you are. You decide right now, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to experience. And now you say, how can I experience that? That is the illusion in itself. Thinking that you have to make a choice. So now even if you make a choice, what happens is that choice naturally unfolds to take you where you need anyway. You don't even, the desire isn't even yours. The desire is God's desire moving through you. It's not, so you simply move and it's fulfilled just because you know who you are.
So the key is that we need to just recognize.
Remember. Exactly. We just remember. It always comes back to remembering.
Oh, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
That was big. I just pulled all the balloons and turned it into form.
Yeah, there's no wrong path, right? No wrong turn, no wrong choice. It's all within infinity. It is all within the mind of God. All of it.
So we're in the observer place, right? Where we're observing everything, and we have our wants and our needs, and we're all looking for them to be fulfilled, just on the human level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to put cinnamon in my ass, but I think that we're all there, we're all looking, we're all seeking, and if we just stay at peace and keep our eyes open and not let all the talking heads speak and focus. You know, the one book that changed my life was the Power of Positive Thinking. And I'll never forget how it came into my life. I was sitting watching the life story of Liberace with my mother in her apartment in New York. And his manager was talking to him saying, you know, Liberace, look at everything that you've accomplished in your life. And, you know, what was it that put you on this path? And he turns around, he walks over to his bookshelf, and he pulls this book out, hands it to his manager and said, this is what changed my life. Mm. And I looked at my mother like, Mom, I gotta get that book. She's in her recliner, you know, just relaxed, and she leans over, her bookshelf was right behind her, and she leans over and she looks and she pulls the book out and handed it to me. Mm-hmm. It was a moment of, okay. And when I started to read it, Norman Vincent Peale is who wrote it. And I started to read it, and I said, okay, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to see whether or not this works. And I was living in New York, and I wanted to go to California. I wanted to be in Hollywood and do, whatever God was going to take me there in entertainment. I was thinking music, but I ended up in TV and film, co-production deals and stuff internationally. But I pictured myself in an office, working, and I was at the end of the room where, like, I was the big shot.
Yeah.
And do I need to tell you that I did what we're talking about right now? I booked a flight, I sold everything I had, and I got on a plane and I went to go live with my sister. And I got a temp job that was going to last for 2 months. I take the job, and it was a company that was TV and film international distribution that was starting in films.
Yeah.
The guy that I was working for was the guy who launched the Disney Channel. That's big. The only 3 other executives there, and they all came from Disney. Started their own company. This was a boutique thing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this, and all of a sudden, I got this realization of, this is what you just designed in your head. You're here, and you're in the business, and you're doing it, and look at the beautiful mountains, and it's 92 degrees outside. So I guess this is coming full circle, and I'm answering the same question, and thank you for straightening me out. And one last thing before I leave you, when I asked my mother who God was, she said to me, I want you to, and I was a little girl when I asked her that. She said, I want you to picture a bicycle wheel and all the spokes going right into the center of that wheel, and they're locked into that. Says, yeah, she said, that's God in the center, and all these ways are how you can get to him.
Interesting.
And I said, so that's really helped me. And the only other thing that I remember from my dad, not only, but the main line that attaches to everything is no negatives we're creating.
Yeah.
Boom.
There is no negative. Yeah. That's beautiful, right? I love how, because it's that divine recognition that I was on the path the whole time. I was seemingly doing things and taking risks, and yeah, sure, I consider it a risk, but was it? Or was it just all already unfolding? Whether I had done that or not, would it have all just worked out perfectly? And I would say yes. I would say it all would have worked out perfectly either way, just by you making that decision, walking in that conviction. Just selling your things and moving and doing all of those things were signs of the conviction, but you could have had the conviction without doing that and still found a way. Everything still could have unfolded, right? So we often will get a little bit too caught up in that illusion. Like, okay, well, am I going to make the right choice? Am I going to make the right choice? When the bigger realization is it possible for me to make the wrong choice? And no, it's not.
Oh, that's good right there. Yeah. Maintaining your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Maintaining your peace and its fullness, and give it its full value. And then when those thoughts of, I can't do it, try to hit you, they just slip right off of you. And you stay in that peace and that knowing. Yeah. It's the power of the knowing. That's something that I wrote, and it keeps circling back to me too. I'm going to send that to you. I think you would dig it.
For sure.
But it's the power of the knowing.
One thing that stood out when you said that, the power of the knowing, it was a part in the Matrix where I didn't understand for a while. It was when Neo went and visited the Oracle for the first time, and she's talking to him about candy, and she offers him the candy. He says, well, how do you know I'm already going to take it? She's like, yeah, of course I know. I wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't know. And he said, well, then how can I have a choice? He said, you've already made the choice, right? You're just trying to see why you made the choice, right? Well, choice is even the illusion. It's the knowing of who I am. That is what the destiny is. Everything unfolds from the knowing of who I am. Even the choices don't matter. What I do, what I don't do, they don't matter. I simply know who I am. I make the decision of who I am, and everything unfolds from that core point of being.
right to the nut. Right to the very nut. Wow.
That was a wild analogy.
I mean, we need to have our ears cleaned out so we can hear it a little deeper, you know, because it's almost like a spiritual chiropractic adjustment. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well, I feel better. I feel better. There's a way of having orgasms in this life. I want you to know. I'm sorry I just revealed that to everybody, these 82 people. Hi, everybody. You know, so I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this space and the little corner of your place, you know.
I
And
appreciate it.
because that's where you springboard from to all of us.
Thanks.
And okay, I think I got that now. I'll go put some makeup on for this.
Will do. I will do. I appreciate you as always. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Later.
I'll see you soon, I'm sure. God bless you, my friend.
Absolutely. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody get a glass of water. All right, keep this on the charger.
Hello. Hi, guys.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm always wonderful.
So, Coach, I wanted to talk about numbers.
Okay.
So, I do understand what you're saying because when we Google, we put our meaning and thoughts, attention to the numbers.
But-
let me tell you a couple of my stories.
Okay.
And then tell me what you think. So, about 10 years ago, so I got divorced and he said, oh, you will have nothing, which is, I understand he was upset. To lose me is a big deal. I get it. But, so I moved away to the new city, new job. I'm sitting in my apartment and I'm like, I really want a house. I lived in the house and I really want a house. I didn't know nothing about manifestation or anything like that. So I just see my house and that's it. Anyhow, I'm getting a house without down payment, without closing fees. It was special deal for teachers. And actually when I went to the bank before that, they goes like, well, you are the only one person, right? And you want loan and you're a teacher, which we know we don't make that much. And the money they tried to give me, I could just buy maybe garage. But okay. Anyhow, in a year, I get this, I found on Zillow by accident, this offer, brand new home in the area where I want in St. Louis. And so I got new house. And when I look, I come to my new house with my key and I look at the number and it's 9929. So 3 nines, Coach, it's a God's number, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do you say about that?
Who said it was God's number?
I did.
Okay, then then that's what it means. Like if you sit here and you tell me that this number means something, I will agree with you. All I'm saying is that if you say that it's a disempowering thing, then I'm not gonna agree with you. You're right either way. I'm not saying to drop the meaning of these things. I'm simply telling you to realize that you're much more than that and you still have ultimate decision. Let's say that number was different. Let's say that number was 1, 2, 12. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's say that there was 1, 2, 19. Let's say that it meant nothing. And for you, that might have been the birthday of someone. And then you said, oh my God, this is God trying to speak to me because that person that was born on that day was such a blessing.
But Coach, teacher
It's
cannot
you.
buy on a single income brand new home in St. Louis in an area where I wanted very nice and brand new home with 2 garages, and it was the price which just make me laugh now. There's no way you can. I just seriously think it was pure manifestation and just sending me from the God, because there's no way. There's no way it's possible. And 9929 is a sign.
Okay, then it is a sign. But what isn't a sign in your life? What isn't a sign? It's all God. It all comes from you. What isn't a sign? Waking up in the morning is a sign.
Well, that's true.
Everything is a
Well,
sign. So what I'm saying, I'm not disempowering. I'm not going to argue that it is or isn't a sign. If it's a sign to you, it is a sign. All I'm saying is that you are the one who gives power to everything. It means not. If you did not know what that number meant, it would mean nothing to you. But you knew what it meant, so now it means something to you. You make that decision, right? I could just the same way that you can sit right here and you can say, "What does it mean?" And there's nothing I could tell you that would dissuade you from that. All I'm saying is tap into your power. Now, if it was a negative meaning, then I would fight you on it. I would say, man, you're the one who is accepting it. And you might say, no, this is what it means. And I would say, no, you're the one accepting it. But if it's something good, I'm not saying to drop beliefs that you believe benefit you. I'm simply saying that you're much more than any of that. You have final say so
I
on what
agree
things
with
mean.
that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Another example will be the same thing. So 11/11, and today is 11/11, so it's a pretty powerful day, right? So all these ones lined up, it's really good. It's my birthday, and thank you for telling me happy birthday. It's not a big deal, but the
Happy
reason why I say
birthday. Today's your birthday?
but I know I'm double powerful on 11/11, and in 2011, so I wanted to go to Amsterdam. I
Yeah.
always wanted to go to Holland. And on 11/11, 2011, at 11 o'clock, 11 minutes, I had a lunch at school. And I'm like, so I make a wish on 11/11. I'm so powerful today. And again, I did not know nothing about manifestation or anything like that. I'm like, I want to go to Holland. Well, the problem is I don't have any money and so on. Anyway, I didn't think about anything. I'm like, I just will be in Holland sometime. Then my parents call me and they go, oh yeah, you got master's degree. So we just will give you a couple thousand just for being a good girl and get your master's. I'm like, really? Seriously? So I took money and I flew to Holland in June. And I'm telling you, Coach, there's something about those numbers.
Okay, if you tell me so, then okay. But what I'm saying is this. Okay, let's play your game. Let me entertain you for a second. Are you saying that you're less powerful on other days?
And not anymore. When I started to listen to you, I started my awakening a little bit earlier, maybe a year ago from nowhere. I just saw Joe on Instagram, and Joe, you know who I'm talking about. I forgot his last name. Anyway, and I was like, he just was speaking to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I not researching all this? How am I not listening people who he's talking about, how to live your life better, right, and happier. And so I started to, I guess it was my awakening time. And then when I crossed your life, it's changed my life even more. In what way? I just begin to live now and appreciate every moment. And I don't see when something like shit happens in my face,
Yeah.
I don't see it as a shit. I feel it, it's like, okay, well, let's see what's happening. It's for all my benefits, I guess. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much. We all appreciate you 100% because it definitely make me happier. And we all know that nobody else will make you happy but you. And another thing I wanted to talk about, maybe more to the room. So this special person you guys talking about, so you guys want to manifest people who left. And I'm just wondering why. If somebody does not want you, why are you trying so hard to bring them back? Do you know, Coach, why?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about that. It's about detaching from the illusion that anybody could leave you anyway, right? Like when I think about it from that human perspective, of course, I'm chasing around someone who does not like me, right? But also that implies that there's only one reality and there's infinite. Because that is a metaphysical, that's the question I used to start the lives off when we talked about SPs. I would say, look, I want you to, Why would you want someone who doesn't want you? And so now, if that question triggers you, well, let's really think about it. Do you believe that there's only one version of them?
I think you coach have to start counseling because
Well, no,
people have to realize if it didn't work once,
no.
maybe
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if there was only one reality, then of course, going after someone who doesn't want me doesn't make sense.
Oh, I
But
see.
I'm not choosing that version of them. Right? There's infinite realities. I can choose infinite versions of them who actually want me. So I get to choose. I am the love. They can't leave. They're not the gatekeeper of it anyway. I am the love, right? I'm the source of the love. So I get to choose who I want to experience that love from or through as God. So when I know I'm the center of reality, now boom, sure, a version of you left, but there's infinite versions of you that would have left. There's infinite versions of you that adore me, that would treat me perfectly, beautifully. I'm giving myself permission to fall in love and choose this version of you. And now I give you space for that version of you to show up and simply become an overflow, a celebration of the love I already am.
So, like a different version of the same person.
Absolutely. The same way.
I like that. So maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because the same way that with you, right? Same way that there's infinite versions of you. If right now you decide that you want to do this different career, or you are this, or you are that, or you see life through the version of lack or prosperity, all of these different perspectives of you all exist.
I
You
don't
simply
know, coach. All versions of me are pretty perfect. I don't know what you're talking about.
so all those perfect versions of you, right? They all exist. Past lives, future lives, all of them. And that's the same with everybody, right? We get to choose whatever version we want to experience with everybody.
Very cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I will let you go. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
I
Always.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, what happened? Oh, Glow must have left. There you go.
Wee! Oh my gosh, new friends! They were so fun!
They were, man. How you doing today?
I was waking up exactly when you were on, so that was cool. Cause again, it was another 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. day for me.
Yeah. Dang, Glow. Oh, living the dream, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. But as soon as I'm done, we're going to Disneyland.
Exactly.
My sleep schedule goes back to normal.
When does it go back to normal?
Christmas starts this Friday. Wait, yeah,
Gotcha.
this Friday.
Gotcha. This Friday. Nice.
So Christmas starts. That means no more rehearsal because then like all the shows, all the Christmas parades are starting.
Gotcha. Hey, what's a good Christmas time to visit?
I mean,
I lean on your expertise.
Kind of now.
Kind of
but
now?
then, I don't know. My TikTok algorithm is all Disney, and so it's interesting because some people are taking TikToks of like no one's here, but then
Yeah.
other people are like y'all are lying and showing the crowds.
Yeah. Gotcha. Ah, yes. Cool.
Also, Yessie wants to join if Corinne and you are okay with it. Because I said we have one more extra ticket.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be? Of course.
Yay! Still, I like to ask. It's good to
Yeah.
ask.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But yeah. I mean, of course.
Also, Yessie and I were talking on the phone yesterday, and it was so interesting.
Oh, y'all are
just
real
to
friends
hear
now?
how we're the same. Like, we're so similar in many ways. And, yeah, just like noticing and reflecting and saying like how much we enjoy your lives and what you have to share and teach. Yeah, and how you lead by example.
I
How like you
appreciate it.
show us like not fighting the mirror, not getting triggered, allowing people to be themselves. Like there's no arguing here. You're just like, yeah, like you can think that, like that's totally fine. Yeah, because we get triggered.
I appreciate you. That's funny. I can imagine that you and Yesie's conversations are funny as hell. I bet
Yeah,
they're so
she
funny.
made me laugh so hard because she is me, right? And at one point in the call, she said, "Alex, I just want to get my shit," and I was like, "Oh, me too."
Yeah, she does want to get her shit. She will. She already has it. We got to collapse that little bridge that she thinks she's going through. 'Cause she already has it. How have you been feeling? I'm gonna go to your feelings. How have you been feeling the last couple of days? Oh, sorry. Oops. My bad. Can you hear me?
Ooh, I think it's back.
All right. Sorry about that. Said, how have you been feeling the last couple of days? I'm gonna go straight to feelings.
Okay, and I heard you earlier. There's a difference between feeling and emotion, right?
Not feeling emotions. So I simply say that the feeling and emotions are fine. So I say those interchangeably. But when I say feeling, that like feeling is the secret, the wish fulfilled, getting into the state. What I'm talking about is acceptance, right? I simply say that when Neville Goddard or those teachers were saying feeling is the secret, what he was really saying was when I speak of feeling, I'm not speaking of emotions, but the acceptance of the fact that it's done, right? So it's acceptance. When I was saying feelings, I meant the acceptance.
So what am I accepting?
Oh, no. Sorry. Let me not be confused.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, we love clarity.
So I really do want to talk about your emotions, your feelings, not your acceptance of what's true or not. I'm really truly asking you, like as a friend, how are you? How have you been doing emotionally the last couple of days?
Yeah. And that was one of my questions too, right? Because I got to practice it all last night for 8 or 9 hours because I had a 9-hour day. Blessed, breathing, and brilliant, no matter what. So I started adding the no matter what. And so right now, even though I'm tired, I am triggered by the 3D. Like, I think this is so funny. Like some of us should all go to 3D Anonymous, like Alcoholics Anonymous. Like, hi, my name is Glow, and I'm addicted to the 3D.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I am triggered a little bit by the 3D. Like I forget her username. I just remember it's super unique. But again, so a beautiful opportunity yesterday to practice. I wonder what my next thought is. And that was amazing. That was really amazing, just to be so gentle and kind with myself. And then notice, like, sorry, I got a phone call.
Yeah, no problem.
Where my attention keeps going and just being so non-judgmental through it all. So not denying that, like, it's my attention and my emotions keep going back to SP. The question of why did this happen, including and outside of SP, comes up a bit. And yeah, this like noticing that like there's a lot of anger and resentment that I like channel to myself. And then yeah, I kind of, and you know, there's nothing I could do wrong, everything is perfect, but one of the senior managers pulled me aside and asked me like, hey, why did you do this? And so I think telling you why did you do this is a neutral question, but in the state I'm in, completely triggered. I was like, what do you mean? Why did I do this? Like, yeah, and I just, yeah. And so I'm kind of reliving all of that and like, oh, I wonder what my next thought is. It's like, wow, you're really upset. So, yeah, it's like, it's a lot of, like, there's two things do exist at the same time for me, and that's like gratitude and beauty and opportunities. Like, wow, like I had this opportunity to advocate for myself, but also there's like a very real like bullying that's like happening, self-bullying.
Okay. And so now that you're going through that, now that you're experiencing this and you're able to clearly see how you feel and how you've been perceiving yourself. Now the next step, right? Who do you choose to be through this? Like when I ask you, like right now, right? You are God, so you already know that I am all that there is. But now, what identity do you choose to select for yourself moving forward within all of these situations?
Put it in the chat. I am my father's daughter. Like, there's no, there's not even like I think even that statement kind of implies that there's separation, but there's not. Like to me, there's not in my mind. Like I love being able to say I'm my father's daughter, and I go back to like who I've always been and who I always will be. Like, my parents super religious, Seventh-day Adventists, and they were so proud of me when I was a baby. And you know, think back 30 years. The shock on people's faces when I would tell people I have two dads. They're like, what? And I'd say, yeah, I have God in heaven and I have my dad. And like my parents just loved, like they were just so proud of me. Like that's who I am. Like, but like, yeah, like I am the essence I am that I am, and
Yeah.
I get to just experience everything in this life. And like I was a baby. Like I love. I know there's gonna be people here and that this is gonna resonate with, but what I'm realizing more and more is through these lives, and you're doing it like on accident. Like I don't think at any point did you tell us to think back to like our childhood memories, but I'm just like I love thinking back to who I was, like stories of how I like found money at Disneyland immediately without thinking, gave it to a stranger, and the stranger said, "No, that money's yours. That's on abundance. Period." Like they're like, "You were such a good kid that like you wouldn't think to keep it to yourself." Like and you picked it up and you like were like, "Hey, this is yours." And like, you know, the I have two dads story, and like that's just that was there was no manifesting. I didn't script, I didn't journal that. Like that's literally who I am. That's who I was as a child. Like there was no thinking. That was just me. That's who I just was. And I still am and I always will be.
Absolutely. Now, let's keep going, right? So that's who you are, right? You are your source. Now, let's say that right now you are quote unquote self-bullying yourself. What identity do you take in the midst of that? What identity can you select or remember that you are that pulls you away from that, or that reminds you of the truth of who you are? Or when someone says something to you, or when you perceive reality as showing you something for your specific person, what identity can you choose in those moments to remind you, not just that you're source, but that everything is working out? How can you make the decree, the declaration of who you are, to truly embody because the decree is the embodiment? How can you embody the version of yourself that you are?
I got to do this, so real like lifetime example. So clock out. There's so much fog here at like 5 a.m. I'm walking to my car. I'm alone, and I did it. I said, hey, I wonder what my next thought is. And SP came up, the things that transpired, and just getting really quiet and looking around. Disneyland, no people, no one's around. The fog is beautiful, kind of looks like a zombie apocalypse. Like, I love it. And yeah, just getting really quiet and like, oh, these are your thoughts. Remember, thoughts don't matter. You know, thoughts don't matter. Like, that's like, this is you know, and I'm gonna let you think what you want to think. You can feel what you want to feel, and I didn't actually say this, but I felt it. Like, I can feel like shit because I am not shit. Parentheses, I am the shit. So I'm allowed to feel like shit because that's not what I am. But in that peace and quiet, like I remembered, like the original person that offered the suggestion, she said, I wonder what my next thought is. Oh, I am peace. I don't need to do the I am peace, but I just got really quiet and like I don't have to say that. I just feel it. Like it's just the feeling of, I know you think you hate your life, but I promise you don't. Like, who you are is, like, you love life. Like, it just exudes from you. And, like, everything that is happening and all these things you're telling yourself, that's the lie. That's the delusion. Like, and I just got to sit in truth. And I think that also goes back to, like, my childhood stories. Like, that's the truth of who I am. And it doesn't matter what I do or what I say.
Does that identity imply that everything that you desire is on its way? That's what I'm getting at.
I don't think so, because in that feeling, truly, like, and I'm speaking from every fiber in my body with just pure honesty. In that moment, I really don't need anything because it just feels like that identity, like, it just has everything where, like, there's no, like, it's just peace, and it's not like there's no like striving, because yeah, like it does feel like I already have everything. Like it's just like that's the truth. Like I get everything I want, and it's such a beautiful space to be because I don't even have to affirm it at that point. It's just like, this is it. This is life.
Beautiful.
This is great.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good. Just making sure. And I think that could have helped a lot of people. So I'm glad that you were open to share.
Thank you. It's not like it is easy and it's not easy. Does that make sense to you? Like, I know it does because we talked about, actually Yessie and I talked about it too. How like you told her, like, you don't think I crashed out in the 2 years that my mom had cancer? You don't think? And I was like, oh. Oh, and we talked about how we think you're perfect because you are perfect. But it's like, for some reason in my brain, like my brain plays tricks on me because I think that you're so perfect and godly that like, nah, Alex would never crash out. Nah, he would never, no.
Alex is a professional
he was
crash
perfect
out.
for those 2 years.
Yeah, I'm a professional crash out. I just remember who I am. That's all. Just remember. Yeah, I mean, none of those things are things that we won't all face. The doubt, the anxiety, the fear, frustration, the feeling like, damn, nothing is changing. Those are natural, right? But I can still remind myself of the truth through those things because I remember that what I see is the illusion, right? I am the truth anyway. So I continue to remember that I'm the truth, and reality has to bow, it has to bend because it is me. So it's getting past that illusion of separation. It's getting past this veil, which of course is a challenge because it's designed to be real so you can experience yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your guidance. And because I see God everywhere. And yesterday I got to see and experience perfection in God in a song that I really wanted to share. I don't have the lyrics perfectly memorized, But there's a line that literally says like, "Can I be my father's daughter?" So the song is from the live action Snow White movie. By the way, I fell asleep in that movie. I passed out. But there's a song and it's so pretty. I hope you listen to it. And it's oh yeah, I just listened to it for like 2 hours after work until I literally passed out. But it really is like a song about this, about like identity, who I'm meant to be, and yeah, it's so perfect. Like I couldn't stop playing it, I couldn't stop singing it, but I literally just woke up, so I'm a little disoriented, and I'm like, okay, I don't remember the song quite right now, but it's so good. Also, speaking of like I heard earlier the person before talking about 11:11 today, right? Yeah, that's today. And my friend posted, I think it's 1 Peter 5:7. Are you familiar with that verse?
Not off the top of my head. What is it? How does it go?
Cast your anxiety on me, and then there's a little bit more.
I'll Google it. I'll Google it. First Peter 5:7. It is cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that she would post that, and I was like, ooh, like, so the way that I would interpret it through this lens of I am God, I am that I am, there's no separation. Like my humanness can feel the anxiety and cast it on to also me, God me, because God me cares and loves me so much and knows who I am.
Do you mind if we read the full verse?
Oh, I don't have it in front of me right now.
No, I'm gonna read it.
Oh yeah, please do.
I think it's powerful. So it's I'll go 1 Peter 5, and then I'll do 6 through 10 or 6 through 11. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand." Humble yourselves, right? Get rid of your ego, right? Simply live in righteousness. Because when we think of humble, we're thinking of kind of diminishing ourselves. But what is the self that we're diminishing? It's the small self, the one that thinks we're unworthy, not good enough, the one that is fearful, right? So when we hear humble ourselves, therefore under God's mighty hand, it's know yourself as God, right? Humble that small part of you that fears and doubts. Know that it is not the truth, right? So humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Be alert and of sober mind, right? Your enemy, the quote unquote devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Once again, we're not talking about a entity, external entity, right? This goes to that first part, the humble yourselves, right? You're going to have those adverse thoughts or feelings show up, right? So resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. This is not individual to any specific person, right? Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings. And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. To him be the power forever and ever. Very powerful. Extremely powerful.
I got major chills.
Dang. Loved it.
I'm so glad she shared it. I'm so glad I brought it up. Wow. And thank you for reading.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing it up, man.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you didn't really read the Bible when you were at church, and it was until you kind of left the church that it's become your literal Bible.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's a huge part of my life now. It's where I'm constantly going through it and referring to things. Yeah, especially the messages of Jesus. Especially the messages of Jesus.
And it's so rich. Like, I also have, when I was in the church, like, I've attempted to read it cover to cover, and like, you think like you know it, but it's just like a song that you want to listen to over and over again, or a movie or a show that you come back to.
Exactly.
And every time it gets sweeter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just continues to meet you on a deeper and deeper and deeper level. Right? It just continues to open you up to a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. I was going to put the verse in there, but yeah, that's it. That was it, Shelly, right there. That 1 Peter 5:6-11.
I could sit in this space forever. That was extremely powerful. Like, I'm still like, again, like two things can, I love the feeling of feeling two things at once. Like, I think that's, for me, that's like my humanness and my godness. Like, I feel two things at once. And so I feel both lifted and grounded at the same time.
Which is a perfect balance of the power that you are, right?
Oh man, yeah, I feel like that's a really good place to end. I don't know if you're going to take on more people, but yeah, how do you top that? How do you top that?
Will do. Nah, no pause. No pause. No pause needed. It is what it is. I thought there was another request, but I don't see it anymore.
I already know the answer to my question, and I've already started the wheels, right? So my senior manager, I had that conversation with him, and he said, so the end of the conversation was, okay, send that email, because I've had this email drafted of kind of like the different things that I was experiencing at work, and I don't need to go into the details right now, but just, just 3D things of like, why is this happening to me? And everyone can relate to that, like just the frustration of why is this happening to me? And so luckily I have reflected back to me amazing support systems. And so not my managers, but my leaders. So we have like operational shift leads. So people that are in charge of like the day of duties and tasks. And, one of them who just divine goddess, love her. She just said, hey, like, at this point, if the managers, aren't, if there is room for improvement, it's the perfect, beautiful chance for you to advocate for yourself. And yeah, like send the email to the senior manager, because if you don't tell upper management, they don't know what's going on. And so, yeah, like I know there's nothing I can do wrong. Everything is perfect. Yeah, I was honest with her. I was like, but I don't want to write an email. Like, why is this on my shoulders? And she said, what do you mean? Like, do you know the number of people that have fought to give you all the rights you have today? Like the civil rights and like everything every single thing you enjoy right now. No, this is, and she's like, I know you would advocate for other people. Like, this is your chance to advocate for you. Like, and what better thing is there than that? And I was like, oh, she's good. But yeah, there's resentment, there's frustration, there's tiredness
Opportunity.
of not wanting to do the thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying opportunity.
Yeah, and knowing who I am, because whether I write the email or not, everything is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. But might as well write it. It's on his radar now. Cause he was like, I need to talk to you for a second. And I was like, yeah, so, that was an opportunity too. Maybe then that was the catalyst that's going to force me to finish writing this email
Yeah.
and sending it to him. Because if he hadn't pulled me aside, then I would have kept on avoiding him.
Do you think you really would have?
Yeah, I've already been. So that's going into the email too, right? So ever since these like past negative experiences, like when I see the managers that were involved, like I just like. So yesterday I'm really glad we talked about judgment, cause yeah, and the whole tweet thing, like ooh, like what would happen if every single thought I had was tweeted out to the world? Like ooh, people would know how resentful and like sometimes hateful and judgmental I am. Yeah, but like I'll see them and I'm like, all right, turning around. Like, no, and like they said some like nice. So obviously the Halloween parade closed, right? And so one of the managers was involved, and like she's like crying. She's like, this was the best season ever. Like it's good because you are all amazing performers, and I'm like, yep, wrap it up. We got one more parade to do. Like, yeah. And I own that. Like, yeah, those are very human emotions. And also, like, not, like, interesting now looking back that I wasn't, like, fighting my thoughts. It's like, yep, these are my thoughts. I'm allowed to have them because I'm perfect. And why would I try to suppress those thoughts? Which is also what I used to do. And that's a different kind of discomfort and a different kind of self-bullying, right? Like, no, you can't think those thoughts. Oh, no, you can't judge people. Like, no, you have to be good. Like, you have to be good to get good things. Like, no, that's, nah.
Yeah, that ain't never worked. That's never been the case, right? Good people get good things, right? That is an absolute illusion. So, yeah. And all of that simply comes back to, like you said, like you're constantly pointing to, is that self-judgment, that self-criticism. Can I even stop judging the fact that I judge and simply come back to the awareness that I'm source and remind myself of that, right? Because even now I'm simply trying to fight off these thoughts, but I'm not even them anyway. Sometimes they just pop up. That's even what your judgments are a lot of the times, right? But you're not those things. There are going to be times where you walk around in the awareness that you're connected to everyone and everything just feels right, and you see through the illusion and you give people this extreme amount of grace. And there's other times where this motherfucker in front of me won't drive a little bit faster, right? And so I'm constantly in this duality. I'm constantly forgetting and remembering and forgetting and remembering. I'm constantly having a human experience. I can try to judge and cleanse and purify, which is kind of the point of religion, is that they push you down this path of like treating those things as evil and constantly trying to battle this part of you instead of simply accepting that that's part of my humanity. And it is what it is, right? I no longer judge my judgment. I just remind myself that I'm still perfect and I move forward. And the more aware I am, the less I judge, but I still have moments where I do judge. It is what it is. It's still part of the perfect balance of duality. Okay, it's God experiencing itself. It's God forgetting to understand who He is, right? So it's all perfect. It's all divine.
Yeah, it really is. And I remember one of my biggest complaints throughout therapy and like being in like a hospitalized like intensive and things as well. Like it's so interesting now to look back because one of my biggest complaints was I'm not depressed, like I'm not frustrated, I don't have anxiety. I have anxiety that I have anxiety. I'm depressed that I am depressed. Like
Makes sense.
realize I'm using the same words, but that feeling and that judgment, because truly, like, what's at the core there beneath every emotion, it's the judgment of those emotions and wanting to avoid them, and
100%.
and that was like a personal hell that I was creating because it affects nobody else.
100%. It affects no one else. It's just me in my own mind battling myself all day, right? And it's denying me the opportunity to even experience this moment fully because I'm too caught up in this battle of good and evil in my head. I'm too caught up, having at war with my damn self, and I'm not even in this moment anymore, right? So absolutely, it's not hurting anyone except for me. And in a way, it could be hurting people because I'm not as present with them. And then that kind of allows me to let things that I desire slip through my hands, right? Which of course I can discover that I am, but yeah, it keeps us out of that present moment and it keeps us battling ourselves.
It really does. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did see some people in the chat that wanted to come up. I don't know if they've requested, but I'll be here. I can be here all night until I have to go to work. And then it's another 5 a.m. day for me. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. No, I'm not going to be out here much longer today. Yesterday was a marathon day. Today, I'm going to relax for the rest of this evening.
As you should. We are so blessed with all of you. I forget who it was, but it's one of us, like, the ones that, like, keep coming back. Was it Yassine? No, I don't think it was Yassine. It was someone else. So they're like, don't you dare, Alex, disappear on us. I see that face.
One day I will disappear. One day I will disappear. I would go
like
into
Lucas.
Yeah. I'll go live in the forest somewhere and that's it.
We all appreciate you. Yeah. Damn near a marathon. Love a good marathon. You know what we should do is, well, both Disneyland and Walt Disney World do have half marathons and marathons.
For real?
Because you said you run. I heard you. Yeah.
Yeah, I run. I run, yeah.
They're really fun. And, like, yeah, you could run them.
I don't
as, like, a
marathon.
race.
I don't marathon run though, Glow.
Oh no, I've done 7 or 8 of them.
Dang.
You can, like, some people walk, like they walk a mile and then they run a while because there's a lot of entertainment along the way too. So they'll have like a car show. So as you run, and then there's a lot of characters, so you can stop and take pictures. It's just it's catered toward people that love to run, but also like really love Disney, and you don't really have to be fast necessarily. I do think there's like a cutoff. I think it's like 13 minutes per like mile, but yeah, it's really fun.
I would be open to like the events along the marathon, right? I'd be open to that for sure.
They're fun. Like, sometimes they have bands and like mariachis. Yeah, and then the food and wine. Oh, you might like this one. The food and wine half marathon in Florida. I did it, and at the end they give you sangria.
For real, oh, that's fire. Yeah, I wouldn't even finish the marathon. I'd be stumbling across the finish line, man. That's
you
cool.
can actually walk the whole thing. Like I've walked. I think one of them. It might have been the wine and dine. Because that's the one I took pictures with every single character.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
But I think the princess one, I like walked most of it too. The princess half. But yeah. Anyways, fun things. Oh, Daisy, you can't disappear, Alex. No. The comments, take us with you.
Nope, sure not. So y'all can ask me a bunch of questions about your specific person when I'm trying to relax on the beach and drink a coconut water. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, I'm out. I'm not even able to give any more tonight because I'm kind of I'm a little tapped out.
Yep, let's go. Go get that beer. I'm excited. excited to get you all of the because all the drinks at Disneyland are absolute fire and magical.
For real, I can't wait.
And I can't have them because I've never had alcohol before, so
Yeah.
I have to live through you vicariously.
Oh, don't worry, you will.
Yay!
Vicariously, that's what I mean. But yeah, for sure. It'll be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, and then when we go to Florida, Walt Disney World, you can do drink around the world. They give you a drink
like for
from
different places? Fire.
from 12 like different countries.
That's
And you
fire.
have to walk around Epcot. So like there's a China pavilion, there's a tequila at the Mexico pavilion.
Yeah.
Like Canada has something. Obviously America has like a Sam Adams. Is that right?
Yeah, Samuel Adams. Yeah.
Here? Yeah. But I heard drink around the world is pretty epic because 12 drinks is a lot.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty fire. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yay! And Yessie has to go. So Yessie is like you. She's never been to any Disney. Well, I don't know. I just know you've never been to Disneyland. But Yessie has never been to any Disney park.
Gotcha.
Also, this extends like my like employee benefits extend to every Disney park except Japan. But Japan is the cheapest, and that's just because Japan has a law that you have to like you can't own land in Japan unless you're a Japanese company. So I think 51% of their like stakes is like Oriental company. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's neither here nor there. But we can go to Paris, we can go to Hong Kong, we can go to Shanghai, we can go to Aulani in Hawaii. Yeah.
I'm down
We're
for
going
it.
everywhere. We're
Down
doing it
for-
all.
Down for all of it. Can't wait.
That's why you're gonna disappear. Alex is gonna disappear because then we're just gonna be going to all the Disney parks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm down. I'm ready.
Start doing all the lives in line.
See, y'all think I'm playing when I say I'm gonna disappear one day, but it's already planned out.
Oh, well, we love you in the present moment now.
Exactly. This is all that matters. It's all that matters. But I appreciate you, Glow. I'm about to jump off.
Me too. I gotta eat, and I'm gonna do a couple more parades tonight.
We'll do it, man. I appreciate you as always. Cool. And I appreciate all of y'all, right? Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the conversation. Remember that you are all gods, goddesses, and everything that you desire, you already deserve. All right, we'll talk again soon. Probably be back on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow will be a morning. Tomorrow will be a morning. Peace, right? Love y'all. Peace.